let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beers of the Week podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
4, 3, 2, 1. It is all over. The Edmonton Oilers have won the Stanley Cup.
For the win. Draisaitl centers McDavid, tips it home. Game over.
Gretzky going in. Sugar trying to get back. Gretzky with his nice score.
It's the 6 o'clock and check-in. Come on, let's go.
And he scores. Leon Draisaitl.
It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
And there it is. Zach Hyman.
It's the Cool Ben Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go.
The Oilers pouring it on. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Smith from behind the net, a wraparound. Horton scores. Edmonton wins.
Everybody tuning in, even my wife. And those Macamala intros are cutting like a knife.
That is an absolutely pitifully bad call.
Hey, it's Mitch texting in. He's your dealer for life.
It is Marchand scores.
Let's start at 6 o'clock and lager with some sirloin bites.
McDavid, beautiful move. In on it. What can you say?
Let's see the Curry score.
Here they come, the Oilers. It's dropped back for Bookberger. Shoots, scores! Bookberger! The Oilers win it!
The Oilers have won the Stanley Cup.
Very impressive. Taken a few years to put all this together.
It's not a one-year quest because it's so hard to get your hands on. At this stage of my life, I don't invest in green bananas. It's a lifetime quest. Just not sure if I'm going to be around long enough to see them ripen to be yellow. You can't party enough when you win that thing. It's a party machine. Party machine. That's why it's the Stanley Cup. It's hard. It's hard.
It's the Halloo Crew. 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 Halloo, 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 halloo. It's the Halloo Crew.
Oh yeah! Word on! You wanna win it! Game on, yeah! Oh, baby! It's time to play with disdain. If you wanna lift the cup again.
Play La Bamba, baby!
Play La Bamba, baby!
Well, we're a dangerous team when we're rolling, and we're healthy, and we are healthy.
Cup is on the line, baby, come and get it done. 16 wins, yeah, they're going on a run. Looking to advance, going deep in the dance. Hop on the bandwagon, let's hear the fans. The fans.
Special place to play, honestly. So much history, these fans. It's great to hear their sport.
Razzling and dazzling every single night. Clubs coming up, baby, gonna be a fight. 6 games, 5 games, how about a sweep? Ticket prices, yeah, they're gonna be steep, yeah! Yeah! Come on! It's the playoffs! Crank it up! It's the playoffs! Take the cup! Let's go win the Stanley! Ooh, gotta get the cup! Let's go win the Stanley! Come on, lift it up! Let's go win the Stanley! Waited long enough, it's time, no more wait for the oil, it's the fate, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Listen, first gear, second gear, third gear, go. McDavid 97 needs a one-man show. Draisaitl, Iverson, gotta love the nuge. Bruce Skinner and Picks need to be huge. Be huge. Be huge. They gotta squeeze a little, squeeze a little, squeeze a little more. Get the bottom 6 to find a way to score. One time, overtime, gotta find a way. Jam-packed moss pit going insane. Yeah! Yeah! Cheer a little more. It's the playoffs. Crank it up. It's the playoffs. Take the cup. Let's go win the Stanley. Ooh, gotta get the cup. Let's go win the Stanley. Come on, lift it up. Let's go win the Stanley. Waited long enough.
Put together a run. Put together a run. It starts tonight. It starts tonight. Game 1 against the Vegas Golden Knights. Hey, Trev. Are you, can I get a win ya?
Win ya.
Oh, win ya, indeed. Man, that look you were giving me when you were hitting that hard. That's hard.
It's round 2.
Round 2. It's a party machine.
You
when you win
can't
this
party
thing.
enough.
Are you down in Vegas for the game? Are you heading down there? Let us know. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999.
And send us your tarmac videos as well if you have one.
Yeah, if you want to do a cool slow-mo video, send it our way. Jamie Thomas is going to join us. He covers the Jets. I wonder if he's going to do one of those videos.
I don't see why
or
not.
Or if it's just Stoff and other markets around the league mock us because of it. But he's our Stoff, so...
yeah. Or Lesky could take the phone, just...
just shoot it up JT in the slow-mo. I mean, I think that would be...
Johnny Cash on there.
I think that would be terrific. MOP or MOP, I don't even know, over in the Nasty Chat says, morning, Nasties, from Cranbrook, golfing for the week, my man.
Oh.
Conch for you being in my hometown.
Let's see. It's a most outstanding player as you're wearing your CFL.
I am wearing my CFL hat. How good is this CFL hat? It's got that old classic retro logo
the best
on that.
shield ever.
Even the material. Feel the material of this hat. It's just different, man.
Oh, yeah. It's like
this hat just slaps
like an old shirt. Yeah.
It is. It is. It's just like an old shirt.
Farm shirt.
Yeah. All right, 780-218-9999, Corn83 over on YouTube as well. Guys, I've got some crappy Pro Set cards I'm looking to unload if you know anyone who may be interested. Were you still around yesterday when this went down? No, I think you were gone. By the way, 11 likes away from changing 100. We just started. Let's do that. Hammer the thumbs up for us. So Zach did come yesterday, Rick. You would have loved this.
Oh no.
I'm sitting here. It was between Lock Shop. It was between Lock Shop and Oil Stream. And it comes over and goes, Dusty, I want you to look at this stack of cards I bought at a garage sale for $40.
$40.
Exactly. I was like, what? He has them in a little baggie. He goes, I went through a huge stack of cards, picked these ones out. So I went through and it was like a bunch of mid-90s, early 2000 cards that have zero value.
Bent.
Some of the corners were all banged up. I'm looking at him. I was like, you paid $40 for these? He goes, is there anything of value in there? I said, Zach, this entire stack of cards isn't worth $3.
Oh, no.
He goes, what? He goes, the lady told me, she goes, like, give me your best offer. He goes, and I said, $40. I said, why didn't you say $5? She would have sold these. She would have sold this stack of cards
Five's too
for
high.
$5.
Five's too high.
It would have. She would have been like, thank you very much.
Paid in coin.
That might have been the worst purchase in the history of purchases.
Straight to the bike spokes.
I swear to God.
Did you? Give me a name. Did you see anything in there of like? Was it all like? Were there?
There was one Saku Koivu that I took from him for my Koivu personal collection. But outside of that, there was nothing of value. Like there was a Guy Carbonneau Pro Set card that had the corners bent up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It was an all-time bad purchase from a guy who usually
he's a thrifter by trade. You think he's had the handle on that? Yeah.
It's the worst purchase I have ever seen.
That lady's just counting her bills, eh? 20, 40, 20,
well,
40.
She says, hey, give me your best offer. He had 20 in his wallet, but he still was like 40 and I'll e-transfer you. I thought Koob was very good with his money.
You got confused when she said best. She's a sly dog. Give me your bet. Like, give me your.
She said, "Give me your best offer."
What's the best? What's the highest amount of money you?
I swear to God, for that stack of cards she had, if he would have said $2, she would have accepted $2.
Coin. You didn't even need to pay cash
$2.
or e-transferring.
RCN over on the Nasty Chat. Zach walking into a dealership is going to make someone a very happy salesperson one day. I think that's probably the truth.
Well, it's Clark Griswold in Vegas Vacation. Given that the Oilers are in Vegas tonight playing the Golden Knights, it does. He walks in with that attire and.
All right, hey, those songs we hit right off the top brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters and a bunch of originals there. We got a nice lineup of songs right now available for this hopefully extended playoff run, and I'm sure more will continue to emerge here. New gear, used gear, trade and consign, a sport for every season with hockey equipment Gage ready to go year round, but they also sell, rent, and repair canoes and kayaks. Think about that for a second.
You've been thinking about it, haven't you?
They have kayaks on discount right now, that staff discount price.
Yeah. Zach will walk in and pay full price.
Yeah. Families.
No, sir, it's a deal. No.
I'm here for one of those kayaks. Well, you're in luck, sir. It is a family. Nope, I'm not your family. I'll pay full price.
I insist.
A family store that takes pride in finding the right fit for you. Visit them at 7430 99th Street or online at totemoutfitters.ca. The Nielson Show today and every day brought to you by South Ford Chevrolet. Check them out. Go see Daniel and the Dream Team. Drive a little, save a lot at South Ford Chev. Check them out online if you want. Anything they've got in stock will be online. www.southfordchev.com. Save up to $8,000 on 2025 Silverado 1500s. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. And this is great. Maddie from Paris Jewelers sent me this last night. A reminder that Mother's Day is this Sunday, May 11th. Damn it. I always find these things when I come on Instagram or Facebook, it pops up. It's like, get your mother this. And it's like a beautiful thing. I'm like, I'm going to get that like with the kids for Tammy. And then yada, yada, yada. I'm at Canadian Tire the day before Mother's Day trying to find a coffee maker. You know, it's tough. But anyway, Mother's Day is this Sunday. And the new Mother's Day collection is now live with gifts starting at just $99. There you go, guys. There you go. You got your wife of the mother of your children. Well, Paris Jewelers, $99. Gift start $99. Don't pay for a year. Imagine going in and saying, I'll get one of these $99 things. I'm not going to pay till 2026. Put that on layaway, sir.
There's going to be a lot of Zach jokes this morning.
Oh, I think so.
For all of the sponsor reads and the deals.
I think so.
West no, 99. I'll pay right now.
Zach doesn't use fans first. West 7th Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center. Of course, online at parisjewelers.com. And one of your text messages yesterday, I wanted to do a conch. I had it in my notes here. A conch to all the Secretariat jokes yesterday. That was just really well done, everybody. So keep those text messages coming in, and text of the day today will win a gift certificate where you can go get your hands on the Teen Burger. You win a gift certificate, and you can go get 5 Teen Burgers right now because they're just $4.99.
And today is
game day. Game day. which means you get your hands on a Mama Burger and fries for just $5. Gotta like that. Zach, though,
he'll use it
paying full price for the Mama Burger fries today.
He took them. He probably did he leave them here?
3 of them are up there that he gave me the other halves.
You blew my mind here. I'm a little, as they say, taken aback.
Troll is in and says the Vegas vacation clip of give me half of what you were going to spend and I'll punch you in the nuts.
Yeah.
That was a good one for Zach's.
I can see Zach in Clark's garb, that whole outfit that he's got rolling there. Like that's him.
Matt Hyman is in at Winnipeg, I believe. Zach and the Beanstalk. Oh, what a beauty.
Text it in.
What a beauty. He did text it in. Matt did text it in. It's
beautiful. That's got to be pole position.
Here, this is a good one on a Tombstone Tuesday from Bones today. Zach to Wayne's Sports Cards.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Wow. Oh, keep these coming in, man. They are too good. Poor Zach took them. He was so proud of it too. He's like, Dusty,
I can see it.
Take a look at these. See how much value there is in here. I almost Homer Simpson choked him. After I went through the cars, I almost choked the kid. I was just like, HR Daddy want to prove of this, but that's a bit of a tough look. We'll lay out the show for you. If you are watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us and sub to the channel. We're about 50 subs away from hitting 12K. Does that happen today? It just may, I'd say. Let's go. Hammer the thumbs up and sub to the channel. Trev, changing 100, and we're almost actually at 150. This will be 200 by 6:30.
Changing 100.
This is a 200 by 6:30 show. If you are watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you know what to do. Tell your friends about EST and how easy it is for them to consume some very entertaining sports talk the whole day through, all the way up until puck drop tonight. Reed Wilkins show 3 to 6. We'll have the GCL Diesel pregame show from Boston Pizza Westgate from 6 till 7:30. And then the action begins, post-game show to follow. You're going to be at Westgate tonight?
You got it.
I do believe I'll be there probably not until the second period because of baseball practice tonight for Marshall, not me. Yep. And then Trev, I believe, Trevor, you coming by old Westgate tonight?
There's a good chance I'll be there.
Oh, it's like an 8-ball. Yeah, Trevor going to be there tonight. There's a good chance he arrives. Okay.
All signs point to yes.
Okay, this is a nice little.
Dex says a conch for a 9:30 start tonight.
Yes, that's 7:30 local time.
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
That one kind of worked as well.
Well, you're the only person that obliges to doesn't really agree with
a 7:30 start.
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
Yeah, I was hoping for 8 o'clock starts because baseball and soccer have started up. But I'll make it work. Don't worry.
He's the daddy.
Don't worry. I'll make it work. All right, let's lay out the show for you today. We'll get to your morning announcements. We'll get to a Tales of the North in the Fortress tonight in Vegas. The Fortress off the Strip.
I wonder what movie they're going to be rolling out tonight pregame. You know how they always have those.
Yeah, they always do those things. Yeah. Fired up for Gemco. I'm fired. You know what I'm fired up for? CFL fantasy season. We had our annual general meeting last night, and once again, the Cavis Reed Fantasy Football League of Adult Things is changing the game.
Yeah.
We're changing the game. I think we're going places that no other CFL Fantasy League has ever gone.
Oh, okay. So you're going to meet in person, or is that?
No, these are great video conferences.
Yeah. How was the war room last night? Were you everybody was?
It was good last night. It was a lot of fun.
High. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Georgia Satellite
fax machine was humming along.
Kev was a great agenda for the meeting.
Wow.
There were 4 changes we're going to make from a league perspective. All of them were approved unanimously.
Yeah. Sounds like a Dunya AGM.
It's a league that's on the same page and that nobody complains about having to find time for. Unlike Scott McCord from 100.3 The Bear. I can't believe you guys haven't booted that guy out yet.
It's the only time I get to see him.
I still can't believe you haven't booted that guy out yet.
Twice a year.
Darren Dreger, who usually joins us on Mondays, was flying back from Winnipeg yesterday morning, so Craig Button hopped in. Dregs will join us today. We'll get his thoughts here on the second round between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. The Fan Zone for fansfirst.ca. We'll go from Drags right into the Fan Zone. Then we'll get into your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. Shout out Russell Westbrook yesterday. I am 3-0 on my Twitter plays of the day since we launched this Play Alberta deal. 3-0. So hopefully you've been riding. I usually post my Dusty's Play of the Day over on Twitter around 10 o'clock. And we are now 3 for 3. Russell Westbrook needed just 12 points last night. Great basketball game. Jokic, a freak. Again, I turned it off. When OKC was up by like 9, I was like, that's enough. And then I was still around. I was still doing stuff. I had flipped away, and then I flipped back and caught the end of it.
Well, 2 good games last night as well. With
2 great games.
Michaud's Knicks coming back, and Clausen's Knicks. I mean,
that was a great basketball game. They were down 20 in the third.
Yeah.
More of that coming up in the morning announcements. Weekly confessions for Spectrum Rental. Jamie Thomas is going to join us from Jets TV. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Gager will be by today. The GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast, plus the wrap, of course, for William Huff. And just a quick ode to Snow Report. It's not a thing anymore. But it was good while we had it. It was great while we had it. So no Snow Report today. But I like this. Rob over in the on YouTube in the Nasty Chat says, Dusty, I cashed my $50 free bet on that Russell Westbrook play.
There you go.
Whoa! Yeah, if you have not yet taken advantage of this, let me lay it out for you right now. Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. How cool does that sound? It sounds very cool to us. And if you have not yet taken advantage of these codes, I suggest you do so now and then ride with us. We'll put together a little parlay for the game tonight with the play of the day. I don't think I'm going to put Oilers money line on this. They have not started series well. I'd still like to cash the bet without the Oilers winning tonight. So we'll get to that. I'll work something together here from a points player prop.
Even with Pickard in goal.
Even with Pickard in goal, I would still be a little bit hesitant to throw them into the parlay tonight. Unless people are like, you got to have them in there, the money line. I think we can get value just off a few points and shot props, right?
There's areas to work and exploit.
We'll anyway, if you have not yet taken advantage of our codes for the month of May, you're going to want to do this. Use the one that Rob was just talking about. Deposit $5. Use the code YEG50, YEG50, and you'll get a free $50 bet. It's for new and existing users. So if you had signed up previously and then you'd stop playing, hop back in, get your $50 free bet. Just use the code YEG50 when you sign up. Minimum $5 deposit, free $50 bet. You can also do a minimum $20 deposit and use the promo code 100sports. All caps, number 100 sports, no spaces, just 100 sports. You'll get a $100 free bet. Both for new and existing players as well. When you do sign up for this, make sure you use it, or after 7 days, you will lose it. So you want to take advantage of that free bet like Rob did as well. All right, let's get into your morning announcements for 100.3 The Bear. Edmonton's best rock, Yuka McCord, every single morning. Jess Jackson on the way home. JCD 780, I want to get to. Guys, can someone explain how shots are counted in the NHL? I had Nylander over 2.5 shots as part of a parlay, and he had 2 goals and then a clear shot on the power play in the third. Official stat, 2 shots, FML. NHL shot. Well, I was freaking out about this with an Oilers game a little while back where it was with Ovi. It was with Alexander Ovechkin. We had him on over 3.5 shots, I thought. He had 2 goals, and then like the final 4 minutes of the game before he broke the record, I thought for sure he had 2 more shots on goal, and they didn't give it to him. The guy's tracking these shots. I mean, I don't get it. It annoys me, to be honest with you.
Man, if it was the CFL. Again, with the betting and the stats, I mean, it has to be, you got to make sure it's correct.
This is a Bush League. Yeah. By the way, NHL last night, Toronto Maple Leafs hang on. Stolarz leaves the game, took a shot to the head early, like a puck to the head early in the game, stayed in. Then Sam Bennett got him, stayed in. Then he was puking on the bench, and he left. Yeah. And then apparently left the rink on a stretcher last night.
To the hospital.
So we'll get the latest on Stolars with Darren Dreger when he joins us just after 7 o'clock. Wool came in, didn't do a great job, but did enough to hang on for the victory. Had a little bit of a feel to that first game in the Oilers series, to be honest with you. Like the team that you deem as maybe the better team sort of makes it very interesting in the third period. I'll say this, I'm done with the Leafs. I follow way too many pro-Leafers on X last night. It was unbearable. I can't do it. I'm going to have to start muting and unfollowing people that I've been following for years because they are coming out of the woodwork right now.
Look.
And I can't stand it. I know many of you hate the Florida Panthers because of the Stanley Cup final last year, but I am a full-blown Panther boy until I might even start downloading episodes of Bolts and Cats or whatever Peterson's podcast is.
Panther boy?
I might. Well, until they finish off the Leafs, then I'll. If Washington wins, obviously I'll be on the Caps in the East. If Carolina wins, I really won't care about that series.
We had this question, did we not, maybe a week back? If the Oilers were to face one of these teams in the final? And I said I would prefer the Panthers just because the fact of it's Leaf Nation, baby.
If you could guarantee
there's no Panther fans. You're not. They win a series. They win a cup. Okay, they have a beach parade for a day and then it's over. You don't hear anything about it again. This is different.
It's so annoying. If you could tell me that the Oilers got the Leafs in the Stanley Cup final and the Oilers would undoubtedly beat them, then I would fully be on board for the complete collapse of Leafs fans.
If you knew that was going to happen, but you don't.
It's too much.
Just to avoid that risk, the risk is too high.
It's just
for the reward.
I can't take it. Last night was too much. And I love seeing them become unraveled because of things that the Panthers do.
It's a great heel hero type of dynamic.
I can't take it anymore. Yes, that's right, Trev. That's right. All right, we are 20 likes away from changing 200 by 6:30 here. If you are watching on YouTube right now, let's do it. Hammer the thumbs up and then sub to the channel as well. 2 great games in the association last night. The Islanders win the draft lottery, going from 10 to 1.
Love it.
Congratulations to Matthew Schaefer. You're an Islander.
When I ran my sim yesterday, I had the Flyers picking first. That's the magic of the draft lottery.
What can you do, eh? Like, I want the Leafs to lose so bad. I can't. I know it's bad. It's like my lifelong young Habs fan coming out, and I'm like, I can't take this stuff.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
Nifty fishing cap.
Tales of the North coming up here just after 6:30. Fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, your exclusive Napoleon products dealer. We will get into that. And then Darren Dreger just after 7 o'clock today. 780-218-9999. Keep those text messages coming in. 8 likes away from changing 200 here by the time this guy's done the update. Let's make that happen. Tales of the North to get you set for game 1, round 2, Vegas and Edmonton. That is exciting stuff. Let's get to the update.
The Toronto Maple Leafs taking game 1 over the Panthers 5-4. William Nylander 2 goals and an assist on the night. Anthony Stolars, though, he'd leave the game puking after taking a puck in an elbow to the head. He'd be transported to hospital post-game. Oilers in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. Game 1 of that second-round series tonight. Join Tom Gazzola. Boston Pizza Westgate. He'll have your GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage gets underway at 6 here on EST. One other game tonight, another game 1 as the Capitals welcome the Hurricanes at 5. Aaron Gordon's three-pointer with 3 seconds remaining, lifting the Nuggets to a 121-119 Game 1 comeback win over the top-seeded Thunder. Nikola Jokic, 42 points and 22 boards. Knicks, meanwhile, they come back from 20 down on the road to take Game 1 over the Celtics, 108-105 in overtime. Pair of games tonight. The Pacers look to go 2 up on the road in Cleveland, tip-off at 5. And Game 1 between the Timberwolves and Warriors from Minnesota, that gets going at 7:30. Later tonight at 7:38, first pitch down in L.A. as the Angels host the Jays as Toronto embark on a 6-game road trip. Up next, we'll get you set for Oilers and Golden Knights with a Tales of the North as Hour 1 of the Nielson Show continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
I believe in these guys. I believe in McDavid and Dry. I'm in Nuge, Bush, and Kane. Gonna make a deep run again. I believe they can soar. Gonna bring the cup back to the north. I believe in these guys. I believe in these guys. Stay with me. I believe in these guys.
How can you not? Am I right? You gotta believe. You gotta believe in these guys. Changing 200.
Changing 200.
All right, it's a 306 o'clock hour. Easy peasy. Let's go. Hammer the thumbs up for us if you're watching over on YouTube. If you've not yet subbed, you should do that as well. RCN says you should play this at full speed instead of half speed. Sorry, Klaus, that is at full speed.
I believe in this guy.
I believe in it. That's a good one. I heard you reading so Celtics Knicks was a great game.
Yeah.
But you know what drives me nuts?
And a great classic matchup. Colors, logos, Boston, New York. Like that's
I am fully in on this Celtics Knicks series.
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby had some huge shots last night. Mikal Bridges played I think the entire bloody basketball game. And he stole the ball at the end. They didn't even get a game-winning shot off. He just went over and took it away.
Yeah.
But what drives me nuts about basketball, especially nowadays, and you can thank Steph Curry for this, not that he hits a lot of game winners in this fashion, but the game was tied at whatever it was, 118, 120, whatever it was. And this is at the end of regulation, I think, so it wouldn't have been that high. It was maybe tied around 100, whatever. Tatum got the ball, and there was no reason to not drive it to the hoop. You're tied. Stop settling for a contested three when you can drive the ball to the hoop. If you don't need the three, why are you taking the contested three at the biggest moment of the game when you've got a smaller defender on you and you're Jason Tatum? Take the ball to the hoop. Pull up for a mid-range. I'll never understand it for the life of me. Why these guys in a tied game will not go to the hoop. There's a chance you draw the foul at least. Even.
Yeah, you got a bonus.
Instead, it's I'm going to pull up from here. I get it. It's cool. But your odds, just get to the bloody hoop. It frustrates me.
I need a Clausen remix on a Knicks. I believe in these guys. I'm sure he's got one in him.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know if we need to bring that up.
And Anunoby.
OG Anunoby. All right, Tales of the North, and we'll get fired up. Dregs is going to join us. That'll lead into the fan zone. Jamie Thomas on the Jets and Stars. He'll join us around 7:45 today with the Edmonton Oilers open up tonight on the road down in Vegas. Sure, there are many of you nasties who are probably missing the show today because you are asleep in Vegas, rolling in yesterday. Probably had quite a night. Who knows? You might not even be able to go to the game tonight because you're in such rough shape.
Could have been us. If that bet would have hit.
Could have been us if my 10-game parlay would have hit at Play Alberta.
Damn.
I do like basing the possibility of major events for Edmonton Sports Talk around ridiculous parlays at Play Alberta. All right. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Tales of the North game. Oh, this big. All right, here we go. Tales of the North.
Who owns the North? Who owns the North? Show me! Here's an idea. Why don't you give us a road split, then we'll go out back, kick you in the nuts, and call it a day.
Tonight, the North continues their treacherous torture of the Pacific, moving from the West Coast to the desert plains of Nevada. Just days after dispatching the false kings, the Orange and Blue turned their sights on the Golden Knights of Sin City. Waiting for the mighty Oil inside this so-called fortress is Vegas Jack, a curly-headed freak who was born in the shadow of McDavid the Almighty. Coming off a campaign better than any he had before, 'tis now be the time for a dose of reality for old number 2. Who would win in a fight? 100 Golden Knights or 1 Golden Child? Connor the Incredible. You already know the answer. These are the tales of the North, and may they be heard far and wide across this great land.
Holy crap! Wayne Newton's hitting on stuff.
Oh, I really do like the idea of us just fully buying into Vegas Vacation for this series.
Got to.
Hey,
still, that's my path to victory.
Yeah,
right, yeah.
No, I think it is. Holy crap! Wayne Newton's hitting on stuff,
and they do that duet part together.
All right, there you go. Tales of the North.
The 100
Eichel
Golden
about to
Knights
meet his maker.
in the
Tied in nice right now,
that
right?
one, yeah.
Everybody's talking about these damn gorillas.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight, 100 Golden Knights or 1 Golden Child? Connor's the Golden Child. All right, that's how it works. All right, your predictions for this series, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Library Pat is in and says, not to get too far ahead of things, but if the Oilers beat Vegas, I would like to see them play Dallas and then Florida on the path to Stanley Cup 6. Redemption. I want no part of those rotten Maple Leafs. They're the worst Leafs on earth. That one in from Library Pat. Doesn't sign text guy. The Islanders win the lottery, and you're going to tell me that this league isn't rigged? You see what happened earlier in the day, though? They lose the All-Star game, and then later in the day, they get granted the first overall pick.
And how many? 10 spots? It was moved up?
Yeah, they went from 10 to 1.
Yeah. But Lou's not there anymore.
No, maybe that's maybe that's what it was then. Edmontonian in Ontario. Dusty, I live in the GTA. They're insufferable.
Yeah,
that poor bastard.
You want them out of the picture as soon as possible.
You should probably come out to Alberta for the rest of the playoffs. Edmontonian in Ontario.
You've seen that Leafs guy that lives out here, though, eh? And he's got the video of his whole rumpus room. It's all decked out in Leafs, and he's like a shorter, stouter, redheaded gentleman, and he drinks beer and he goes, "Let's go for the buds!" And
that guy lives out here.
Yeah,
in Edmonton,
in the province.
Okay,
I don't know.
There's a difference here, right? Man, that's kind of annoying. $79 likes away from changing 300. That's good. Amishman 19 says Stoff looking like Tom Cruise's older brother. We will get to. There's a question for 3 questions today based around Stoff and Tom Cruise. So we'll save our takes on that one.
My answer is Stoff.
Until then, yeah. Sailor says, yeah. Curtis from Alberta.
That's the one.
I don't need to see it.
Insufferable.
I don't need to see that stuff.
I'll show you after this.
There's enough of it being forced down my throat on our national TV.
For the buds.
Jake from Ontario texted and says, guys, I told myself I'd rather see Toronto win. Then they scored first in that game, and my hatred came back for them. I hope they lose. I like that guy who's like, you know what? Florida, enough's enough. I'm going to cheer for Toronto. Toronto goes up 1-0.
He had his 30 seconds or 30 some seconds. Sign guy Trev is asking for the Leafs wrap.
Ugh, God. Really don't want to. Maybe.
Well, they did win.
Yeah, I don't have it on the. I'd have to dig that one up, but I might be able to. Dig that one up. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in on this thing.
Atief's got the Oilers in 6. Paris Jewelers inbox.
Andrew, the accountant, says, call me crazy. Oilers in 5. Pickard starts every single game. Oilers in 5. That's where some of you are at right now. Interesting. You know what? If they I was really torn. I was thinking about I'm on Oilers in 6. It's a kind of a generic prediction, whatever. I don't care. But I was sort of thinking about it last night. Like if the Oilers can win game 1 and keep this momentum going that they had for the final 4 games against the Kings, we've seen this Oilers team go on heaters before.
Yes.
Right. If they were able to win game 1 tonight and actually have a good start to the series, they've won 8 series in the McDavid-Draisaitl era, which does seem kind of low for 10 years, but whatever. They've won 8 series with those guys. In 7 of them, they had to come from behind to get it done. Like, just make things easier on yourself.
No, they don't like that.
Bring that effort in the first game and go up 1-0 and kind of dictate how this thing goes. If the Oilers can win game 1, could they roll to a 5-game series?
12 straight wins and they win the cup.
All of them with Pickard between the pipes.
And no Ekholm on the blue line. Let's go, right?
I'm thinking,
I know it's the playoffs, but they can win. They've
like in my mind, I'm going, oh man, if they win the first game, maybe they could win in 5. And then at the same time, I'm going, yeah, but if that Golden Knights blue line does their job, maybe the Golden Knights win in 5 or 6. It's just
there is another team in the series. Yes. We tend to forget sometimes that there's
I am confident in the Oilers. I do like their chances in this series. I am picking them to win, but I can't really come up with a strong lean one way or the other on how this thing's going to go. Amishman 19 says, I have no faith in them in winning game 1. Zachary says this will most likely go 7. Trev, have you thought about an official prediction for this bad boy just yet?
I'm having a hard time coming up with predictions for this series. I don't like it, but I don't want to jinx it, and I'm not sure that's how it works. I have a terrible feeling. I think the Oilers are going to win this one.
You think they're going to win the series or the game tonight?
Yeah, the series. And you know what? I do think that they're going to come out strong, and they're going to win the game tonight as well. I don't know. I think, really, I was more terrified about this Oilers team going up against the LA Kings than I am the Vegas Golden Knights. If you watch the Kings the last half of the season there, even the last month, they were just rolling, and they looked so good. They kind of looked like how they did in games 1 and 2 of the series. They're just fast, they're skilled, they're physical, they're everything. And I don't really, as far as the Vegas Golden Knights, they're stingy defensively, and you're going to have a hard time scoring on them. And that's where I think that, the Oilers are going to struggle the most. But when you've got Connor and Leon, you saw what the Wild were able to do. The Wild beat themselves in that series. They should have won. I still think that. So honestly, I really do like the Oilers' chances. I think they're going to be able to get the puck in the back of the net, and they're better defensively. They're way better defensively than they were the last time these teams faced. Obviously, Ekholm's out, but I still think they got the players in the locker room to get the job done in this series. I like it. I really, really do, boys. I think the Kings we're gonna be more difficult for the Oilers than the Golden Knights. Maybe that's a hot take, but
no, I said that during that last series too. I thought whoever came out of this Kings Oilers series could and would beat the Golden Knights.
Like, just watching them, they just, I don't know, they capitalized on Minnesota Wild's mistakes. And as long as you limit your mistakes, I really do like the Oilers' chances. You got Connor and Leon. They cannot counter that. They can't. You got Tomas Hertl leading the way, 34th in scoring, tied with 34th in scoring in the NHL, but he's first on the Vegas Golden Knights with 5 points. So I really do like the Oilers. They're going to win this one, boys.
There you go. You do sound confident. This guy's pretty confident.
I do.
In the Oilers. Yeah, I like it. We were 54 likes away from changing 300 before 7 o'clock. Let's do that. I did find this. Oh, it's not working properly. I got to change the audio.
Let me hear it.
I know. I want to. Just a sec. Give me 1 sec. I got to try to change my audio hardware.
He's teasing us, LT.
No, it says it's not working. That doesn't seem to make sense. Sorry, guys. I had the Leafs wrap, but now I don't have it.
What about that blue remix on your to-do list?
You know what? Still working on that one. We're going to...
that juicy... you got the juicy one, too? People are calling
you know what? I might have the juicy one kicking around somewhere. I could definitely try to find that one for you guys today. Give me 1 sec here. I think I'll be able to pull the Leafs wrap over We'll just talk about.
We need that.
You know what? We do need it, and there is one area that I want to discuss when it comes to Leafs fans that I would like to point out. Here we go. I think I got it. Listen to this lineup.
Here we go. Welcome everybody to my rap presentation. A shout out to everyone in Leaf Nation. A tribute to the best team in the NHL. A cup in 2012, only time will tell. The Maple Leafs are who I'm talking about. This is the year they'll break their playoff drought. Let's start with the first forward line, composed of 3 men
who are fine.
On one side, you've got Jeffrey Lupul. He's about to school you, you're just a pupil. Can't be stopped by a blood infection. Former first round selection. Phil Kessel is a stud most definitely. This is the year he'll snipe 40. Cancer couldn't stop him, nothing can. If you hate on him, you ain't a true fan. Centering the line will be Tim Connolly. When he signed with the Leafs, I thought, oh really? Fine.
Oh, look at LeBron!
I forgot I told Ron over that.
He throws it down with the left hand.
That worked out really well.
Crosby, he's by no
he
stretch.
kept going.
Oh, okay.
All right, so there you go. That's Leafs fan. This
Blood
might,
infection.
This might be an
First round selection.
An anti-Leafs take here, though. But I thought the atmosphere last night, at least coming across on TV, was pretty lame. Like, they all stood up and started spinning their white little things like they want to be Winnipeg. And then it almost looks like I don't know if they're passionately into it. I don't know. It just seemed weird in that lower bowl. It was almost like, oh, we have to stand up and do this now because everybody else is doing it, as opposed to like absolutely losing their minds.
It's not like the Gardens. It's a bit of a manufactured high roller feel.
It's a little. I don't know.
Do I have to put a jersey on over my
suit? It seemed a little
suit?
fake to me last night. And I know one guy was like, the atmosphere here is crazy. And people were just like,
yeah.
I was like, that's not that crazy. Like, I don't know.
A lot of money.
It just seemed, the building seemed lame last night compared to what we've seen in some of the other rinks around the league so far. Pender's Pancake says Scotiabank is the quietest playoff building, hands down. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the way it's constructed. Maybe I don't know. It just seemed, it didn't seem as raucous as I thought it should be for a team that was about to go up 1-0 on Florida Panthers, I guess. All right, let's get fired up for Gemco. And how can you not be fired up? CFL regular season just around the corner. Camps, I think rookie camp starts tomorrow. For the Double E.
That's on Sunday,
which is exciting as well. And we're going to get fired up here for Gemco on a fantasy level. Gemco Fireplace is proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years and are the authorized dealer. They're 45 years running a business. Hey, that impresses me very much. Authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether you're looking for gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco. Don't need to go anywhere else. Get your Napoleon products at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. So last night we had our annual general meeting for CFL Fantasy. I would hope a year from now, many of you will be having similar meetings because the new commissioner of the Canadian Football League in the first 12 months of being around has established season-long fantasy on the website.
Hear, hear.
Which would make leagues like ours, real OGs at that point.
We get a good payout, you would assume, too, eh?
We got to get a percentage of that. Do you think Maddie would transition your league to the online service if Stu Johnston got that in place, or would he just stick with his
traditionalist?
Current?
I think he would, even if it was like way easier and freed up a lot more of his time, he would do it just to spite.
That's it. I can't do it. This is what we've been asking for years.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. My league's better.
Classic Maddie.
Anyway, last night was kind of an under the radar overhaul of the Cavis Reed Fantasy Football League of Adult Things. Like significant things being put in place moving forward.
Any relocation or anything?
No relocation. No relocation. We are moving to a fab league in which our waiver wire will now be done with a free agent budget, which I think is very interesting in the Canadian Football League. Can you imagine how much money would have been spent from a free agent budget after Rock Armstead had the 200-yard game? and you're trying to get that guy off waivers, and he's not just going to the guy who's in dead last. He's going to the guys who are willing to move their budget around enough to get him. So I'm excited about that. We're becoming a fab league. We're doing an expanded draft so that we're going to do like a 16-round draft. And then after the first, we're going to do the draft like May 26th. And then before kickoff, we're going to cut 4 guys. So it's like you'll have your guys and then you'll cut 4 guys right before week 1.
Okay.
So you can see how things play out a little bit through camp, which I kind of like that idea. 4 of our 6 teams make the playoffs. This year, the 4th place team getting into the playoffs will not be getting in based on record. It'll be the team of 4, 5, and 6 who scored the most points throughout the season, which will get the 4th playoff spot.
So incentive to
keep trying to get points if you're kind of out of it. And then we are changing it up in our final, and we are going all the way up until week 20 of the CFL season with a 2-week final in week 19 and 20. And in week 18, we are going on a bye. So week 18 will be a bye because there's only 3 games in the league in week 18. So that means a third of the league will be on bye. You can't have that factor in. And we're like, well, but we want the season to continue. So we're going to go a bye in week 18, kind of like the Super Bowl where you get like a week off leading up to the final. And then we'll go a 2-week final in week 19 and 20. I love all that. I'm very fired up for CFL fantasy after last night's meeting. Like, let's get to the draft. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. So yeah, this is do you guys, what do you guys do for your final right now? What is it?
It's a
week
one-off.
17?
Yeah, because you don't want to get.
We've
been operating for so much longer than your league.
Yeah.
We've gone through the gauntlet already. We've you're kind of standing on the shoulders of giants here in a sense because you've known what's happened. So we've done this before, and we ran into some problems. I specifically, with the Memphis Mad Dogs, now defunct, have found myself in certain finals where certain star players have found themselves, not do whatever.
Yeah.
It's end of the season. You're resting guys. It's a short week. Not a lot of teams playing. So we've gone through that. We've ironed some things out. I haven't been in a final for a little while. So I think it's a one-off.
You guys are rolling week 17.
It's a one-off week 17. It gives also it gives our league owners a chance to then kick back a bit, relax, enjoy a bit of the season before the madness of the playoffs starts. So it's nice to kind of get that going. You get it. It's a quick season. It gets through, and then you end it, and then you have some time, and you can kind of adjust and get into playoff mode.
I was sick and tired of like basically wasting a quarter of the season. Like you finish in week 17 like we had as well, like you guys. And then there's still a month of their season left. I'm like, man, we need to make this work. And then that week 18 with 3 teams on bye, you're like, well, that's not going to work. So we're like, well, let's just do a bye. And then we'll have week 19, 25.
Everybody talks about moving the season up. We've done it first.
So you guys never went to week 20 though in playoffs?
No.
Yeah. So we are going to places unknown.
Yeah. See, we do it. Thanksgiving. It's all good.
Did you guys ever try the free agent budget roll here? Did you ever do that?
No monetary, no money.
No, it's just it's not real money. It's just you get $100 budget.
Yeah, no,
you guys never did that.
We haven't.
So
based
we're
anything
also
off
the
of,
first CFL fantasy league to ever do
figures,
that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's interesting to see.
There's another real good one out there that I've shown you this one.
The other CFL fantasy league,
and that's been operating for some time. They got a website and the whole bit. I think the next step between these dueling leagues
it's
right
a race
now,
to a website,
or the senior league and the junior league, is probably a race, to a domain name or something.
Oh man, I sure hope nobody else has kerfloat.com already taken.
Somebody might have the Dunya.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? So anyway, we just need the CFL to hop on board with this
10th
fantasy
season
stuff.
of the Dunya coming up this season. We got big things planned as well. We would let them have their little announcement and thing. They got to go in. The next big wave is to come with the Dunya. 10th season. That's what you want to be focused on.
Because it's kind of
That's
stagnant right now, isn't it?
Not at all. Not at all. When you're approaching a decade of operation, successful operation, building year after year after year, and again, showcasing and showing and sharing resources with these junior leagues, it's nice to kind of grow the sport. I tell you, Birmingham's going to be ready this year. The Barracudas.
This is your year.
We got Dunnigan on our side. He liked a few tweets.
This is your year. It's about time.
We'll get him out grilling.
Because wait, this is year 10. You still haven't won this thing.
The only one without a win. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
It's hard.
It's a party machine, but I've had some great years.
You just haven't been able to get it
trip
done.
in the final due to bad weeks and such and resting players. So, yeah, hopefully that changes this season. On the clock.
When's your guys' draft? When's your draft? And you are on the clock. Are you going Rourke or Ford?
We'll get those dates.
You haven't even locked in a draft date
TBD.
yet.
No, well,
interesting.
look,
Our league, which has only been around for 2 years, already has a draft date.
We haven't even hit rookie camp yet.
That's
We haven't even hit
interesting.
rookie camp yet.
I think you'd just like to have
need
things
to rush.
prepared a little bit better for draft scheduling stuff, especially with a guy who doesn't even want to show up for it.
Look, we've moved our season back, and we start our season a little later as well. It's nice. It's great for the fan.
All right, we are 19 likes away from changing 300. If we change 300 before 7 o'clock here, Stu Johnston, the commissioner of the league, will start the process of getting CFL Fantasy going. So hammer the thumbs up for us if you're watching over on YouTube this morning.
Do you regularly play the money online, like the week to week
fab stuff?
Like have you been doing that?
I was very anti.
I did it a few
free
years
agent
ago.
budget. I was anti free agent budget for a while.
I think I'll get in there again.
But I've been in a couple of leagues recently where you can use your fab, and you need to be a little bit more focused in those leagues. The big boy league, actually, I'm in with Patty from the Brew House and a few of the other guys. That's a fab league. And that's also like my biggest entry fee league. So I'm very focused on that league. And if you're focused on a league like we would be on our CFL fantasy leagues, the free agent budget does really make things interesting. Yeah. Like if you're in first place, but you've been smart about your budget, I just don't like how, your team sucks. So you get all the good waiver claims.
Yeah.
I've always thought that's kind of lame.
I'm going to get into the weekly though again, I think. Try my hand.
Oh, and the weekly
nationwide.
CFL. Oh, you're talking like the weekly. Yeah. I don't want to support. I don't want to support the weekly because if the weekly numbers go up, then they're going to be like, oh, we don't need season long. And my main purpose here is fantasy. I think
you look at those weekly numbers and say, what if? What could be if you have a season? That's everybody knows it's better than weekly. And if you got the numbers in the weekly, imagine what you could do with a season long. It should be top of the priority list.
I mean, if I took it over as commission, it would have been top 5 for sure.
Top 3.
Top 3 is fair enough, too. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, changing 300.
Changing 100.
Was that it? Wow, that was smooth. It all kind of rolled together nicely. That's fired up for Gemco Fireplaces. Authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplace Products. Darren Dreger on the other side for Pro-Am Sports. We'll get his early thoughts here as we get set for Game 1, Round 2. Another rematch from a few years back between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. Who will Pietrangelo slash this time around? We'll get into that with Darren Dreger. That'll lead into the Fan Zone. It's prediction time. Send those into 780-218-9999. Your Play Alberta Early Bird Bet of the Day coming up. Weekly Confessions and Jamie Thomas from Jets TV. Hour number 2 is jam-packed. Conch for all you 6 o'clockers. Darren Dreger on the way after this sports update with LT.
It's game day as the Oilers visit the Golden Knights for Game 1 of that second-round series. Join Tom Gazzola live from Boston Pizza Westgate for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage gets underway at 6 here on EST. One other game tonight at 5 o'clock. We'll see Washington host Carolina to open that second-round series. Last night, Willie Nylander, 2 goals and an assist. Leafs would hold off the Panthers to take Game 1 5-4. Anthony Stolarz would leave the game puking. After taking a puck and an elbow to the head, he would be transported to hospital post-game. NBA playoffs last night. Knicks coming back from 20 down on the road to take Game 1 over the Celtics, 108-105 in overtime. And Aaron Gordon's tray with 3 seconds remaining lifted the Nuggets to a 121-119 Game 1 comeback victory over the top-seeded Thunder. Tonight, a pair of games. The Pacers on the road in Cleveland looking to go 2 up on the Cavs. Tip-off at 5. Later on at 7:30 will be the Warriors in Minnesota to battle the Timberwolves in Game 1 of that conference semi. Jays embark on a 6-game road trip tonight as they open a 3-game set with the Angels. First pitch, 7:38. Up next, TSN's Darren Dreger to preview Oilers Golden Knights as Hour 2 of the Nielson Show gets underway here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
What say you? Nielson flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in or tune in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Tuffy and Eric and all of the bad cats. Like Brzezinski and Noodles, Gadget and Gage. Maybe just Bubba to Kuban to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Shaggy's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number one in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We want to hear some hot takes and we want to hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I want to kiss away? Beat up the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about the games? Macramella, Rapaport, Dreger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All about him game in person, does he go on? What say you? AM Nasty Crew. We got the Nielson flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
All right, it is game day. We'll continue to get you set. It is the Oilers and the Golden Knights, Leafs and Panthers in very entertaining fashion, kicking things off for round 2 last night. It is the man. I like this with the Play Alberta odds team. I just sent in the early bird bet, and they literally replied to my message like 12 seconds after.
Who's the early
I said,
bird
here
now?
it is. And they're like, on it, boom, done. It'll be up right away. We'll get to that segment around 7:25. Managed to put together a little parlay for the Oilers game tonight that doesn't include an Oilers win or anything with McDavid.
Oh.
I don't know when the last time was we did something like that, but we're crazy boys here. We're crazy boys. Edmonton Sports Talk presented to you by Play Alberta. You sign up for an account today, or even if you're an existing user, enter the code YAG50, and you make a $5 minimum deposit, you'll get a $50 free bet. YAG50, new and existing users. That is your code. The Nielsen Show is brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Fort Chev. Check them out, www.southfortchev.com. If you are in the market, it's spring. Why would you not want a new pickup truck? And they've got you covered in the pickup truck game at South Fort Chevrolet. $8,000. Save up to $8,000 right now on 2025 Silverados. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. One of your text messages will win the text of the day for A and a W. So keep pounding that inbox today for Paris Jewelers at 780-218-9999. We do have lots to get to from last night's hockey game, which we will certainly do with Darren Dreger, but we got to start. It's a game day here. Oilers down in Vegas to kick off a series against the Golden Knights. Winner of this will advance, of course, to the conference final to take on the winner of the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. Jamie Thomas, who covers the Jets, will join us around 7:45 today. Right now, it's Darren Dreger, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialists. Gear up for game day with crested, ready-to-wear, name and number Fanatics premium jerseys and headwear from New Era, 47, and Fanatics by visiting Pro-Am today, located in Edmonton, the corner of Stanbridge Trail, 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. It's as simple as this. If you're looking for anything Oilers related, then Pro-Am is the answer. Oilers and Golden Knights tonight. Darren Dreger joins us right now. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel as we are on the verge of hitting 12,000 subs. Dregs, let's start here. The Edmonton Oilers, I think I saw the stat pop up earlier in our chat today. They are 2-10 in their last 12 game ones. And they've managed to come back and win a bunch of those series. In fact, with McDavid and Draisaitl, they've won 8 series, but they've trailed in 7 of them. Should we expect a better start maybe tonight for the Oilers? Can they get ahead of it a little bit here against the Golden Knights?
Well, they can. And I would suggest that should be priority. You know, it's easier said than done. You know, it's not like they're playing an inferior opponent in the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, this team is pretty much loaded top to bottom. Every team has some question marks, and Vegas is no different. But the depth of that team is impressive. So I think it would be ill-advised to not be as ready as they 100% can be for game one. And right off the opening faceoff, force Vegas to chase and get off their game plan a little bit and force them to utilize all the elements of the speed that the Vegas Golden Knights have. Because, as Edmonton got better in that series with LA, you could see that even though the Oilers, aside from a few players, aren't the fastest team out there, they can still play the game with pace, right? And that's activating the D, quick passes out of the zone, hitting guys on the fly through the neutral zone, all of those lovely things in establishing whatever consistency and ozone time you can generate. And I think that has to be a key element to how the Edmonton Oilers approach the Golden Knights tonight in Vegas.
We kind of talked game one. I'd like your thoughts just generally, though, on the series and what difference this Golden Knights team, I guess the number one difference, a lot of people here in this market seemingly more concerned about the Kings than Vegas. And you canvassed a lot of people and said, if they can get past LA, they shouldn't have been, and that's fine to believe that. But what would you say overall in this series will be the biggest difference that Vegas brings to the table as opposed to the Kings that the Oilers will have to overcome?
Well, there's similarities between Edmonton and Vegas for me in terms of the structure of the lineup. And, when you look at the top end guys up front and defensively for the Vegas Golden Knights, I mean, they're impressive. You're talking about highly, highly skilled. But even the depth guys, if the Oilers' depth players can participate and contribute in the way that they did as the series developed against Los Angeles, then of course they've got more than a fighting chance. I mean, this could be a pick'em series. It really could be. And then you tag on the experience of getting Game 7 last year. But Vegas is a very patient and well-built organization. They really are. So I look at their depth guys, and I'm looking at their forwards, and I'm looking at defense, obviously. And I see pieces that are nice adds. I see pieces that can be difference makers and all of those things. So it's really a tough call. I think it's the team that gets to their game first. And it sounds like I'm repeating myself after the initial question by Dusty, but that's really how it feels to me. And maybe that's a little bit obvious in any series, in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. If you can get to your identity very, very quickly, and if you're fortunate enough, because of that identity and commitment to get a goal or two early, and you force the other team to chase, well, then that pushes them outside of where they're comfortable playing. So again, that has to be part of what the Oilers are going to try and execute very early against the Vegas Golden Knights. If the Golden Knights top end guys can take control early, and what I just said is flipped, then that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem for the Oilers, because that'll put more pressure on the defensive game that the Oilers are going to have to play, especially on their defensive core. And we saw early in that LA series what stress can do to the defense of the Edmonton Oilers. It's not a pretty picture.
Yeah, we know how good the Golden Knights blue line is as well, so you want to try to put some pressure on them for sure if you're that Oilers forward group. We were talking a lot about goaltending in the first round, obviously, with the ups and downs of Skinner and then into Pickard, and Pickard, wasn't perfect, but he was 4-0 coming out of that series. Adin Hill, we were kind of looking at some of the numbers yesterday on Vegas, and their leading scorer coming out of that series only had 5 points in 6 games. Their power play was kind of middle of the pack. Their penalty kills middle of the pack. Adin Hill only had an .880 save percentage, so there wasn't really anything statistically that jumped off the page for the Golden Knights. And Adin Hill, Boldy and Kaprizov had success against them, so I'm assuming McDavid and Draisaitl will probably be okay as well. Right. But in the Oilers' net, looks like Pickard is going to start game 1 here. What did he accomplish from a leash perspective in the first round in this Oilers net, do you think?
Just stability, right? I guess you guys tell me, you're in that market, you work in that market every single day. I wouldn't say that there was a sense of panic when Knobloch had to make the adjustment and go to Pickard as quickly as he did in the first round. And then that might be an exaggeration for me to even suggest that was the mood, but it feels like people are surprised that they're sticking with Cal Pickard. And I feel like we learned something last year. And if not just in the march of the Oilers to the Stanley Cup final, across the league. And unless you've got a bona fide star number 1 goaltender, guess what? You got to lean on both guys. You have to. It's too long of a marathon not to expect your backup goaltender to have to play and have to be okay and have to be better than okay in certain situations. And I think that that's what the Oilers have in Cal Pickard. In a perfect world, Stu Skinner would have kind of grabbed the tiger by the tail and elevated his game, and we're not having this conversation. They're still kind of looking for an opportunity or hoping that they're not forced into that opportunity. It's not a luxury, but I think that their tandem is more or less fine. Is he likely to steal a game? Is their goaltending in general likely to steal a game? No, but that's okay too, because what it forces you to do individually is commit to the detail and the structure of how you need to play to be successful, right? So I think that there was some speculation in the market as to whether or not Skinner was coming in to start. Yeah. And I mean, the messaging that I got yesterday morning was, well, the only way Skinner is starting is if there's something that happens or there was a change, before game time. And I don't believe that to be the case. But I also don't think that it's as enormous a storyline as what some others might feel around Edmonton when Skinner comes back into the series. He's going to play, and the hope and the expectation is that when he takes the net back, he damn well wants to hold it. And he's going to play like it's his net, and he doesn't want to ever share it again. That's what they need from both of those guys. So they need a level of goaltending that isn't acceptable at just being okay. It's got to be round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, where we want to get back to the Stanley Cup final level of goaltending. Okay. And that's what they need from either guy.
We know Ekholm ruled out again. Any word on Dorofeyev and where he is? It seems like the ball's up in the air in terms of his availability.
Yeah, I don't get the sense that it's as dire, but again, it's in that realm of good luck getting any sort of injury updates from teams. I suspect that Bruce Cassidy and the Vegas Golden Knights will share a little bit more. Maybe after or around the availability today, because what's the sense in holding back that level of information? It's not like you're talking about your starting goaltenders, but he's a nice player, right? I mean, if for those who haven't watched the Vegas Golden Knights play, that's a sneaky good piece. That he doesn't grab a ton of headlines, but at least I find whenever I watch the Vegas Golden Knights and he's in the lineup, Dorofeyev, I'm drawn to him for some reason. And it isn't always a goal or a fancy play. There's an energy to him, and there's a hockey sense part to his game that I find impressive. But that, again, speaks to what we were talking about very early in the segment, right? Of how it's maybe not always just their top end guys. He's kind of middle of the lineup, but he can do damage. He's shown that, and he's earned a level of trust and confidence. So whenever he's healthy, they'll want him back as quickly as they can get him into the mix.
Dregs, let's go to last night here and walk us through the night for Anthony Stolarz. Took a shot off the head, then took Bennett off the head, and then was puking on the bench, and then left on his. This was quite the story last night.
Yeah, it was, and frankly, it got concerning. So if we start at the end. Terrific reporting by Chris Johnson, by the way, of TSN and The Athletic, just to basically do play-by-play of how the scenario unfolded post-game, or at least after Anthony Stolarz left the game. And he, reported on X that, he had to be stretchered. Obviously not off the ice, but he was real sick in leaving the building and being evaluated then in hospital. He's no longer in hospital, I'm told, as of this morning. So that bodes well for where his evaluation is. As soon as he took that puck to the head, I was like, well, that's interesting. And I'm not a goalie, so I'm looking for signs, right? Because you're always wondering, is the spotter going to engage here and pull player X? And when you pull your starting goaltender, man, that gets complicated in the playoffs. But you're obligated as the spotter of any game, be it a playoff game or a regular season game, if that player is exhibiting head trauma symptoms. He's got to come out to be evaluated. Well, we saw the straps blow on Stolar's mask, and then we saw him shake his head a couple of times. And then when he put his mask back on and got set for the puck drop, he kind of, shook his head again. And that was noted on X, on social media, as being a key indicator. And then you put it all together. Then, of course, there's a Sam Bennett. It wasn't an elbow, by the way. It was more of the back of his hand, but he drove through. And it's not the worst head contact that we've seen with a goaltender from a player, but it obviously caught Anthony Stolar's blind side. He was not expecting it, and Bennett did drive through. At the very least, there had to have been a penalty called on that play, and there wasn't. And then post-game, you had Paul Maurice saying, well, the official was right there, and he obviously didn't see a foul, so it has to be okay. And then you've got Craig Berube, who comes in post-game, and he's hot. That's a clear headshot. That's it, a missed call and all those things. I mean, the messaging that I got last night, not direct from the Department of Player Safety, but from those around, was that it would be surprising if supplemental discipline were applied in this case. And then you get some of the craziness of, okay, well then, damn it, it's going to be eye for an eye.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Sure it is. Okay, so in game 2 of the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, who are you burning? Are you putting Ryan Reeves in the lineup to execute that? Are you really? And look, as much as Craig Berube, Brad Treliving, Brendan Shanahan, they built careers around that rough and tough stuff. You know what matters more to those men than anything else? Is winning the series.
Yeah, 2-0 series lead would be nice.
That's what matters. Yeah. Now you find a way. So, to steal the line from Paul Maurice, pound their F and D so that they don't have anything left in game 7. That was last year against the Boston Bruins.
Great quote too.
Well, that's fantastic, but that's what Toronto has to do. Establish that forecheck again as they did early in game 1. Pound them. Flip the script on the Florida Panthers. Find a way to eliminate them from the playoffs, and then you can worry about the pound of flesh down the road.
It's going to be a hell of a series, man. I can't wait to see how that one plays out. I'm very excited for the Oilers and Golden Knights that start tonight. Drag, enjoy it, and we'll catch up next Monday.
Okay, guys, have a good one.
There you go. That's Darren Dreger from the Ray and Dregs podcast. Man, we didn't ask him when the next one drops, but they're churning out usually a couple of weeks. So if you've not yet subscribed to the Ray and Dregs podcast, great show. Find it on all podcasting platforms as well. It's like, I don't think the Leafs want to get into a let's get nasty against the Florida Panthers. I thought they did a good job last night avoiding that a little bit. If you can somehow get through this series without engaging the Panthers and the extracurriculars.
That's the game within the game they want you to play. Bennett, Marshall, like the whole... It's fitting that they throw rats.
Yeah, it
really is. Like, they really live up to that moniker.
780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. It's Darren Dreger, brought to you by Pro Sports. Let's dive into the fan zone right now for fansfirst.ca. It is prediction time. This is your window. What is your prediction for this series? Do you think the Oilers can actually come out and get game 1 tonight? I would be stunned, but if they can win game 1...
Do you want them to?
Yes.
Well,
yes, I do.
Again, they play much better when they have a little fire lit under their ass. It's games 4 to 7. That's where they shine.
Yeah,
you can have your games 1, 2, and 3.
You're
Oilers
not wrong. Like
Oilers
the history of this group is they'll get better as the series goes on.
Tongue in cheek, but of course you want tonight.
What's the saying? Announce yourself now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, go out in Vegas tonight.
But again, I don't think it's
pick up a statement dub. You're capable of it.
Play well tonight. Feel them out. If you don't get the win, you got to earn the road split. Get that split. Get the old split-a-rooney. But you don't want to see a lackadaisical kind of stumbling out of the gate, much like you've seen. If they come out, they play hard. It's a tight one goal. I mean, whatever. You take the L, you move on. But you know you can get them in game 2. A split on the road, very imperative. I don't think you can't. I know that the Kings have a different game, and a lot of us were a little more worried about them. But I'd be more worried coming back home 2 down to the Golden Knights than it would be the Kings. just because of the psychological aspect.
Well, yeah,
of it.
and it's tough to grind out
It's
4
always tough.
wins in a row or 4 or 5
Yeah.
against
and to do that back
a
to back.
really good team.
Yeah.
They just did it. How are you going to do that again? Like that at that point, you're asking too much of yourself.
But I think even if they would have spotted the Kings like a 3-0 lead, the Kings still have it in the back of their, like, the psychological aspect in the mountain was too much to climb. The Golden Knights are just, they're different, obviously. Different players in the room, different coaching, different organizational, hum about them. But a split on the road, either 1 or 2, that's the imperative part. But you want to see them come out. You want to see them come out with some sort of effort tonight. You want to see them building up what they have, and I think they will. I don't think it's too far to expect, given the fact that a lot of these players now have found their legs, found their skates. This is a totally different team than games 1 of 2 of that Kings series. It seems like an eternity ago. Given that we were talking about,
is that what we're talking about tomorrow morning, or are we sitting there going, God, it looked like the first game against the Kings again?
But Trent Frederick, we were joking, he's a pirate. He's skating around on one leg.
They didn't have Evander Kane in game 1 last time. They didn't have Klingberg
Josh
in game 1.
Brown was on the ice. Remember that?
Can you imagine if they roll out Josh Brown again?
I can.
Yeah.
No, but so things have changed.
That's a fair point.
And not wholesale changes, but certain areas they've worked on and rejigged. So I think that's imperative too to keep it on tonight.
We are 30 likes away from changing 400 here midway through the show on a game day. Let's do it. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us and sub to the channel if you haven't already, because we are closing in on 12,000 subs. Could today be that day? Will tomorrow morning be that day? It's just around the corner. Rob from the Grove says the Oilers seem to like the underdog role. Yeah, but when you got McDavid and Draisaitl, man, you should thrive in the being a favorite, and they are a betting favorite in this series. So technically, from a betting perspective, they're not truly the underdog. I know. You know what? If they were to lose game 1, they would drop to a betting underdog, and then at that point, maybe Connor can come out and say, people are doubting us. It's go time.
I think Dreger's great, though. I don't mind his shout with the pick'em. I'm going full 7. Oilers in 7.
That's your official prediction.
Correct.
Okay, and I said Oilers in 6.
You want me to map out which games are won and lost?
I would like that, actually, yeah.
Interesting. I haven't given it much thought. I say they fall tonight tight. They'll win game 2. It's a split here in Edmonton.
Okay, you're splitting in Edmonton.
And then the Oilers go, no, how does this go? They go back. Yeah, the Golden Knights will go up 3-2.
Oh, boy.
The Oilers will come back, tie it up, and then go to Vegas and win it.
Trev can't handle the Oilers going down 3-2 in this series.
No, I wish.
He won't come to work. He'll quit.
It's hard.
I'm going to say Oilers in 6. Are
you going off the top of your head?
I'm going to go, I'm going to go. They win tonight.
Okay.
Which is very rare. They win tonight. They lose game 2. They win games 3 and 4, have a 3-1 series lead.
Uh-huh.
They lose game 5 in Vegas, and they win game 6 at home, which would make them 6-0 at home in the playoffs.
That's possible.
Through the first 2 rounds. These are the predictions you're here for today. 780-218-9999. Horse Eyes texts in and says, get out to a fast start for a change. It's like Dusty always says, the early bird gets the grease. Yesterday on the oil stream, what did I say yesterday? I said, the squeaky wheel gets the worm. And it wasn't me trying to hook people in. I screwed that one up. Rip City Step says, there's no way they let down Westgate Boston Pizza again.
Well, I'm just going to say the metrics as well. I know we're a numbers show. The Oilers are 0-2 when I'm out watching. And 4-0 when I remain at home.
Doesn't matter. They don't worry about that tonight. You got to come out tonight.
It's very
get
daunting.
One of those Canadian poutines.
What do I get on the menu tonight? What are we all going to get on the menu tonight? 780-218-9999.
It's tough to get one of those poutines.
There's a lot to go over there.
Calling the Amishman, hashtag the fan zone. After hearing YTT, I'm upgrading to oil in 5. Vegas isn't as deep, and the Oilers don't need outstanding goaltending to win. Let's go oil. Sub. Click, click. Thumb. Like.
Click. Must you click? Please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb.
All right, let's get into your Play Alberta segment here. Edmonton Sports Talk now presented to you by Play Alberta. Let's get into our early bird bet of the day. By the way, if you like what I was selling on the Oilers in 6, right now, Oilers in 6 is plus 400. So you bet $10, you win 40. Oilers in 7, as you just said, plus 500. You can find these over at playalberta.ca. You can find them on the app as well. And when you hop on, if you're going to drop a little deposit in there, use the codes YAG50 or 100 Sports. For the 100 Sports promo code, deposit 20, you'll get a $100 free bet. For the YAG50 code, deposit 5, minimum $5 deposit, you'll get a $50 free bet. This is both for new and existing users. So I know many of you have been like, Dusty, I need to reactivate my Play Alberta account, and now that's all done, I'm ready to go. Hop in on these free bets. Why not? And also, if you want to dabble in the casino, deposit 20, use the code 100casino, and you get a $100 casino bonus as well. Once you claim these bonuses, got to use them in 7 days, or they go by the wayside. So don't claim a bonus and then sit on it waiting. Claim a bonus. Ride with us. We've got a bunch of different options actually up right now. There's a few that carried over from yesterday. On the EST specials page, I just get more fired up about our partnership with Play Alberta every single day. It's extremely exciting. And once again, you go to playalberta.ca or the app, and you just click EST specials. Here's what I've loaded up for the game tonight. It's plus 430. Draisaitl goal, Bouchard assist, and Evander Kane 3+ shots. Evander Kane,
you're going the shot route following last night's
I know, after the controversy. But Evander Kane, in 4 of the 5 games that he has played so far, or 3 of the last 4 games, he's had 4 shots, 5 shots, and then last game he only had 1 shot.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Evander Kane to come out hot here against the Golden Knights tonight. So a Draisaitl goal, a Bouchard assist, and Evander Kane over 2.5 shots. Plus 430. That has nothing to do with McDavid. It does not include even an Oilers money line win. Draisaitl goal, Bush assist, Kane 3 shots, plus 430. Find it in the EST specials page and ride with us for game 1 tonight. You know I'll be on it. Also right now over there, we've got Jay's play of the day from yesterday, which is the Elks 9+ wins on the season. Okay. So over 8.5. That was plus 110, but they boosted it for us for 24 hours. You can get it right now at plus 120. That'll go away later this afternoon. Elks, 9+ wins on the season, plus 120. And then the Lock Shop Partner Parlay from yesterday is still up and will be up until puck drop tonight. But the Oilers to win the series and the Caps to win their series, plus 305. So these are all the options we've got laid out for you right now. We'll obviously be adding in a Dusty play of the day from social media a litlittle bit later on. That is 3-0 since we launched with Play Alberta.
Maybe the over on Hyman hits.
Another Lock Shop setup. I mean, Hyman's hitting everything that moves. We'll have another DGen Den parlay. So that little EST specials page at Play Alberta, she's a busy boy. So if you want to ride with us, do that as well. All right. We've got confessions coming up for Spectrum Rental. What are you ready to confess today, boys? Let's get these confessions off your chest. Trev is moving this week. There's got to be some confessions there. What are your confessions? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. 780-218-9999. Share your confessions with us. Now, maybe you got a playoff confession already or a Vegas confession. Vegas confessions are fun. Send us your Vegas confessions. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas unless you share it on confessions on the Nielsen Show. Changing for 100.
Changing 100. Changing 100.
There we go. Cruising along here nicely. Hammer the thumbs up for us over on YouTube. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Confessions for Spectrum Rental. Jamie Thomas, Jets TV. All on the way between now and 8 o'clock here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Presented to you by Play Alberta. Let's get to a sports update right now for Park Mazda.
Oilers Golden Knights game 1 tonight from Sin City, Las Vegas. Join Tom Gazzola. Boston Pizza Westgate. He'll have your GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage gets going at 6 here on EST. One other game tonight, we'll see the Hurricanes taking on the Capitals from DC. Puck drop 5 o'clock, game 1 of that series. Last night, Willie Nylander, 2 goals and 3 points. His Leafs would hold off the Panthers to take game 1, 5-4. Anthony Stolarz leaving the game after puking. He'd take a puck and elbow to the head and was transported to hospital, but has since been released. Over to the NBA playoffs, Aaron Gordon's three-pointer with 3 seconds left lifted the Nuggets to a 121-119 Game 1 comeback win over the top-seeded Thunder. Nikola Jokic, 42 points, 22 boards. Knicks also coming from behind, 20 down on the road, taking game one over the Celtics, 108-105 in overtime. Pair of games tonight as the Cavaliers look to even their series on home court against the Pacers. Game 2 starts at 5. Later at 7:30, the Warriors visit the Timberwolves for game 1 of that conference semi. And the Toronto Blue Jays embark on a 6-game road trip beginning tonight against the Angels. It's the start of a 3-game set. First pitch, 7:38. Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he wonders what the hell happened to the Canucks Twitter account.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button. Thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as newborn 8-pound, 6-ounce Mitch Lewicki. You can picture grown-up Mitch, or teenage Mitch, or bearded Mitch, or whoever you want.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
I'm through with watching a team that simply just can't win. It's time for the playoffs and the Oilers are in. Turns out this season was better than you thought it would be. Tell me what you got. They've got a brand new captain with a C on his chest, and around the league they know he's best. And if you don't agree with that, then you just made the list. Sorry, old dog. They've got a goalie that has no limit. Every single night the net he's in, and he joined the 40-win club, and Fuhrer said that's fine with me. Been there, done that. Sorry boys on the bus, but they've got new stars. Renamed 104th McDavid Boulevard. Corner between Dry and Pat Maroon is fine for me. So tell me how they did it. They made a trade some thought was lame, but they picked up Larson for what's his name. Cause we all just wanna watch the playoffs and be down all white when the shirts come off. The girls ain't easy and the drugs aren't cheap. Can't go to the game, ticket prices too steep. So we'll hang out at the coolest bars and drive around with flags on our cars. Every bandwagon fan gonna play this song and cheer for Pisani cause they don't know he's gone. Hey, hey, I wanna watch the playoffs.
Oh, you want to watch the playoffs tonight as the Edmonton Oilers roll into the cityest of cities, Vegas. Dun-dun-dun.
Sin City.
That's what they call it sometimes.
We'll be on our own little strip, though, at Westgate Boston Pizza. Hey, that gets a little...
It's as good as the strip.
I would say so.
I mean, that whole area, Italian Center, right? Wayne's.
It's humming. A few neon signs, and you got it made, baby.
Yeah, no, you crank it up now. They should turn that sign outside there into like a neon sign.
Why not?
Where are you going tonight? Going to the strip.
Oh, Westgate Boston
love
Pizza
it tonight. Join us, Westgate Boston Pizza. Nielson Show original songs brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. The Nielson Show, of course, brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Fort Chev. Jamie Thomas is going to join us in about 10 minutes' time. Right now, it is time to get into your weekly confessions. You text your confessions to 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Weekly confessions, as always, brought to you by Spectrum Rental, where they confess to telling their wives they're working on the lawn when they really mean that they're replacing their divots on the golf course. Repair your lawn with equipment from Spectrum Rental. Or your divots, maybe. One or the other. Do it all at Spectrum Rental. Anytime I'm in the backyard working, as I was this past weekend,
get out of here.
I do think, what is the piece of equipment from Spectrum Rental that could make this easier for me? You know, it's a nice thing to have in a thought process.
They've also offered me a pressure washer.
They did, eh? You should use it.
I have 3 people now in the game with pressure washers. That
if Spectrum Rental is offering you,
I
guarantee the pressure washer you can get from Spectrum Rental is better than the one I will loan you. 100%.
I got to do my homework.
Unless they too are just going to Home Depot and buying the cheapest possible pressure washer that they have.
Not at Spectrum Rental.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our weekly confessions. Trev, you slide yourself in there, my man. You know you're going to have a confession. Text your confession, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And if you're watching on YouTube today, dare I say, hammer that thumbs up for us. We got a 500-like show incoming before 8 o'clock this morning, so be a part of that. Good text messages flying in. Good confessions.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go, Rick. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, get it over with here. It's game 1 tonight. It's round 2. It's Vegas. It's Boston Pizza Westgate. I confess that I'm feeling like I might have a shot tonight.
What?
I know.
But you're the guy who doesn't have shots.
I gave him up, but I might. Well, because Fergie's prostate said he's coming tonight. He'll be there.
He'll be gone by the time I get there. I will be stunned. I'm rolling in probably shortly after 8. If Fergie's prostate is still there, I'll do a shot.
He'll get the early bird. He'll go there for 5:30 supper and then be out before
Tommy's setting up the equipment, and Fergie's like, "See you later. Have a great night." Princess is waiting. Hey, come on. Fergie, you got to put in a little bit of a shift here, man.
7:30.
I know you're old as balls.
Early
but
series.
Come on, man.
Early series.
All right, so you're thinking about having a shot tonight?
Yes, I confess. It's because they're playing in Sin City.
They are.
So I'm getting those sinful thoughts again entering my mind, and maybe
makes sense.
Maybe a shooter. Light him up.
Trev, what are you confessing this week, buddy? The big moving week. Your Edmonton Oilers, your beloved Oilers, having a good time.
Yes, I am tired. It's been a very busy week, packing and whatnot. And while I was packing, I found my old phone, and I was able to charge it, and I found an old video of mine, and it made me smile.
Are we going to play it?
You know what? Well, no, I wouldn't do that.
What is this old video?
You know what? It's actually adorable. It's a very, it's so funny. Like I've said, I've been emotional a lot lately, but I teared up watching this.
I love this guy.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But I was like, man, look how happy and young I was, and I was at my first ever Oilers game. I remember I waited over an hour. When the players come out on the ice, I was there. I was the first kid there with my sister. My stepdad took us, and I was waiting. I look at the clock, and it's like an hour until warm ups, and I'm like, "Can we stay?" And he was like, "Yes, absolutely, we can stay." And so I waited for that hour. It was a very long hour, but I recorded every single player touching my hand. I was like, Everly, Hall, Hemsky, Horkoff.
How old were you here?
I was like 11, maybe.
God, I love that.
Phone, iPhone 4S, and so. Yeah, the long story short, diehard Oilers fan, always have been. I remember they touched my hand, and I'm like, they kind of know I exist. This is amazing. I did not wash my hand for over a week. I did not wash my hand for over a week. And
you don't use napkins even.
I don't. And so I remember, I'd go to the washroom, use my left hand, and I wouldn't use my right hand. So it was just filthy for a week. And then finally, I remember my family sat me down and they're like, no, you seriously need to
Seriously?
wash.
They just sat you down?
They're like, no, like it's actually getting gross. Wash your hand. I'm like, I'm not washing my hand. How come I don't have a say in this? It's my hand. I don't want to wash it. And they were like, no, Trev, you have to. And so typical YouTube Trev fashion, the way I washed it is something I'll remember for the rest of my life. It was in a bathtub and I submerged my hand with my face in the water. And it was kind of like a baptism. It was like and I remember I embraced it and I came up and I'm like, I am one with the Oilers or something like that. But it was like an Oilers baptism thing I did. But I just remember submerging my face with the hand. God. And I'm like, I am now one of you, even though that's not
dude,
really
you
how
are an
it works.
all-timer.
Confession of the year here.
You're an all-timer.
This could be an Esty.
So you baptized yourself in a bathtub with your dirty Oilers head.
That they all touched.
God.
It was awesome. It was really cool.
Look where it's taking you though now, buddy.
Yeah,
now you get to talk about him for a living.
And I might upload that video on Twitter later because it was very. I'm just squeaking, just like Everly, oh, like I'm just so happy.
I love you, Trev.
It was very nice, but that was. And sorry, all my confessions lately have been flat, from the past and whatnot. But
no, that's good.
I
That's
had
where
to bring that
confessions
up.
come from, buddy.
Yeah, okay. So
this is great. That's a great confession. My God, you're the best. I don't even know how I'm supposed to follow that. Here's my confession, I guess, boys. I have officially, it's come to me now. I am officially ready to move on from being rink dad. It's done. It was also emotional. But I had all the boards sitting around this week. Tammy probably doesn't want to see a rink again.
Well, it is May 6th.
The kids only use it. Well, no. I mean, the whole backyard's cleaned up, but I'm talking about I'm done. I'm done.
Done.
And to do that, I'm telling you right now, if there is a family out there that would like my boards and the stands to keep the boards up, I am giving the rink away. I want to grant it to another nasty so the legacy can live on. It's about, it's probably say close to like a 20 by 30, 35-ish setup. Boards are about 18 inches high. It's really all you need. And it comes with these great stakes that you can put into the ground and then So I'm ready to. I'm fully moving on. This is not easy. I love that rink. Put it up during the pandemic. That was our pandemic rink.
Damn.
But I'm ready. It's time.
You wrote a song about it.
It's time. There's a song, Flood in the Dark. I get emotional here just thinking about not having a rink for my kids. But I would like another dad, another nasty to like carry this on. So if you would like to pick up basically a rink, there's like 12 8-foot boards or 10 8-foot boards. And then all the stakes and everything you need. Somebody gave me those boards when I first became rink dad. It was a listener, and now I am
a tradition.
I am passing those on to the next rink dad or mom. 780-218-9999 if you would like to take over the rink. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Comes with everything you need. You just need to get a new liner for next year, and yeah.
Wow, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
I can see you're very upset.
We got 4 years out of it? 4, maybe 5 years out of that rink.
Hell of a run.
It was really good. It was a great run. But the kids are too busy now with their own hockey and power skating and everything else they're doing in the winter, basketball, that there's no time for them to get out on the backyard rink. And I'll never get to do that again.
But I thought you kept it for yourself though, to do some conditioning and such.
I mean, I thought about that. Tammy would not go for it. I said, what if I keep the backyard rink for my own conditioning? She says, shut up, you fat bastard. So anyway, we'll move on from that. But I would love to gift the rink to a listener so that you two can continue on these great moments with your kids.
I think Zach's texted and he's offering you $500. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it.
All right, let's get to a couple more of your confessions that Jamie Thomas is going to join us. All right, let's see here. SoCal Matt says, guys, confession is a little more heartfelt than last week. I have to confess, I'm married to the greatest woman in the entire world. I don't care what you say. Last year when the Oilers made the Stanley Cup Finals, I asked work for a few days off so I could fly up to Edmonton and join in the festivities. They said no. When I told my wife that night, without a moment's hesitation, she told me to quit, and then nothing was stopping me from going. I quit the next morning and spent the next 2 weeks in the City of Champions. Wow. Now, with that being said, I mean, did you get another gig? Are you still unemployed? Was it worth it? I'm very impressed by your commitment to quit your job to come up here. But are you working now? What is this?
I know we rag on Wheels quite a bit. Jason Leduc has an interesting confession as well in the PJ's inbox.
Okay, give it to me.
I'd like you to read it yourself.
Down
a bit.
Jason and Leduc, I'm still not a Nasty Club member. Come on, you guys. It's not cool to not be a Nasty Club member. Jeez.
How could you not be? He's a listener with some ilk. Been to various nasty bashes, parties such as that. Very shocked and disappointed.
Colin the Amishman says, guys, confession. As part of my fantasy hockey league, I won Jersey Week and got to pick a player I got for a jersey. I had 2 Oilers, and the one was Skinner. So it was an easy choice for me. I picked Bouchard since I also like him. I was going to wear the jersey before game 3 since he had a tough couple of first games, and then I didn't, and he had those 2 whoppers. Now I'm too scared to wear it just in case I jinx him. Hashtag shame, shame, shame. Yeah, you definitely should not put that jersey back on right now. There is no chance. That would be ridiculous. Confession, guys, after the first 2 periods of games 1 and 2, I turned off the TV and counted the Oilers out. I was deflated, and I don't deserve to be a fan. Martin says, Dusty, as an emotional dad myself, I'm giving you a fist bump in memorial for your rink. God. Big Dave says, I'm a dad of 6. I'll take that rink. I mean, he says, sorry, dad of 5.
I love how he...
how did you mistakenly thumb or toe for... Okay, so there's a few of you that would be interested in the rink.
Yeah.
And
I like
let me just write down these names.
Bidding war.
You know, I was going to...
any of your bids,
I was going to give the rink away for free, but there's multiple people interested. So who's got $200? Just kidding. It'll go for free. Now I wish I had multiple rinks. Now I'm going to go and start buying rinks for other people.
Well, you should have just, $50.
Nah, I don't want to. I didn't pay for the boards from the guy who gave them to me. I'm not charging for them.
I made $40 over the weekend on a Facebook Marketplace deal, but I could have got more.
Really?
I started, but you can't raise it.
What does Zach buy from you? All right. Great confession segment. So many good confessions. Lots of fun. And now the show's just going to get less fun because we're bringing in this stick in the mud.
Maybe he has a confession as well he'd like to share.
Yeah, Jamie Thomas, he probably has lots of confessions. Jamie Thomas only went to Winnipeg because he loves wearing all white. That's the only reason. Let's bring in Jamie Thomas, covers the Winnipeg Jets, who are off to the second round as well. JT, what's up, man?
Oh, man, so many confessions. But I like the guy, like, did one of his kids die all of a sudden? Like, did he look around? Oh, yeah, there's only 5. That's right. Oh.
My bad. I forgot about Steve.
Whoops. Tragic. I just thought about that fan that said texted in about turning the game off at the second period. You should have saw my text messages. My wife was like texting me. It was 2-0 in the first period. And she's like, it's over. This is the worst team ever. They should be ashamed of themselves. Like, whoa. You just start watching in the playoffs and you give up on them already? I got buddies it's over. What are they going to do this summer? So that was very satisfying to watch.
Yeah, quite a twist after those texts came in for you guys in Winnipeg. What was it like being in that barn, buddy?
Buddy, stupid. It was. I remember I said, like, the Four Nations face-off was one of the greatest days of my life. That was crazy.
That was amazing. I don't know how you top that. Like,
it's really, it defies explanation, because when it's 3-2, you're like, okay, maybe. But when Ehlers fans an initial shot at the point,
it's done.
I'm like, it's done. The puck goes in, and Adam Lauer's like, screw this. I'm doing it all. And he gets the puck back to Ehlers. And I give Ehlers credit because his vision to see Kyle Connor on the fire boards on the next shot. And then Connor just quickly whips it into the slot and it ties it up. It was so loud in there. And it still blows me away how 15,000 people can make that much noise. Like, they were nuts. And they stood both overtimes. There's some people sitting down, but it was insane in there. And then there's once they tied, it just felt like there's no way they lose this game. There was no way. And it felt like all those times that Connor Hellebuck had won them games over the years, it was like, we're going to win this one for him, because it did not look good in that second goal went in. I was like, man, he's got it. And then people like, what's wrong with Connor Hellebuck? I'm like, if we all knew, we'd have answers. We'd try and fix this. But he made the saves necessary to win that one, and now he can breathe a little bit. I think if anybody in this organization...
Is that going to help? I mean, how much does that help him maybe moving forward here? That they did get through it, even though he didn't play well, but, a chance to calm down a bit now.
Yeah, I think that anybody, like, outside of management and ownership, that's like, he's the guy that can breathe now, because now he doesn't have to answer questions of how you can't win. You can't get past the first round. You haven't led this team past the first round. So that's over. I think you'll see a completely different and more to the Connor Hellebuck that we've come to expect over the years, starting in this series with Dallas.
Jamie Thomas with us on the show. What's the vibe like in that city right
Relief.
now? Yeah. They're just so emotionally drained. They're like, man, we got to get ready for Wednesday. There's another round now.
What do you mean there's 3 more series to go? Yeah. I feel like we went through 4 months of hockey just in that one round. But I think relief, and now you settle in, and now you have to figure out what is the status of Mark Scheifele and Josh Morrissey. That's the next hurdle here.
Love to have those two guys, obviously, for this Dallas series, especially with maybe some guys coming back on the other side. I mean, at this point, you would expect to see them in this series at some point, at least. Like,
whenever a coach says he needs to be reevaluated, I'd always shudder a little bit. And that's what Scott Arniel said about Josh Morrissey, and it didn't look good when he took that hit from Oscar Sundqvist. And still, but the thing is, he plays another 4 minutes, and then off the ice he goes. So it'll be very curious. It's an optional skate today. Maybe they'll hold on to. He's day to day at this point, but at some point, you have to believe that there's been enough time here for Mark Scheifele to come back. One of the two. But the simple fact that they've been without at least one top 6 forward throughout this the opening round series, and full credit to St. Louis. They knew the only way they're going to beat the Jets was to beat the crap out of them. And they did a pretty good job of it for the most part, but just could not figure out a way to win in this building. And that'll be a big factor for the Jets in the first 2 games against Dallas starting on Wednesday.
Both those teams, too, in 4 meetings, I do believe kind of sawed off, each with a win before Christmas. Jets, a 4-0, a 4-1 victory here in the springtime. We mentioned injuries, too, and that's going to be paramount at both sides. Stars maybe getting players back, and the 2 players we just heard here with the Jets. But how do you think they stack up? And again, playoffs are a different animal, all these things, but I think Neil Pionk's still on the ice. I mean, this was a tough series with the Jets, but they grinded through this. Like, this was a tough one. The Blues left them. How do you think they stack up against the Stars right now, second round, with everything we've kind of learned through the regular season?
I'll tell you this. Like, anytime, like, you go back to November, the first meeting between the 2 teams, and it's Jake Ottinger versus Connor Hellebuck. That's before the 4 Nations face-off rosters were announced, and the Jets lit up Ottinger, and then you heard, U.S. backup the whole night or afternoon. So, Frank Saravalli is already like crowning Jake Ottinger as the United States goaltender for the Olympics. I still think we're a long ways away from that decision. I think Connor Hellebuck will have a say in that as well. But man, like they stack up well. But I'll say this: like, anytime Dallas was pushing Winnipeg, like breathing on their neck for first in the Central, Winnipeg just deleted them. They go into Dallas in that final meeting in the regular season between the 2 teams. Like, they shut them down. There was nothing. And I still, like, the way Winnipeg has played here in this building, it's their structure. Now, is that magic? Is the problems that they had in St. Louis, is that going to carry over to Dallas? Because I don't know if you can afford to go another 7 games to have any type of success in the 3rd round. And I'm not saying that there's a possibility of sweep. There's not. But I think the Jets match up very well with the Dallas Stars. But of course, it all hinges on 37. But you cannot go through another round wondering what he's going to do. That's as great as they play in this building. I don't know, but I just believe, as I said earlier, get past that first round. I think he can breathe now and be more himself, because he looked more like himself after the second goal. He was challenging the shooter. He was more jumping him as well. So hopefully. That is the fact, because I know Chuck Hellebuck should be here. We hadn't seen him in the first round. He's a legend in this city.
Oh, Daddy's rolling in.
Yeah, so I talked to Hellebuck in the hallway outside the Jets dressing room before Game 7. I'm like, "Where's your dad?" He's like, "He's coming for the next round." So maybe that was like, because Chuck was quiet through the first round. That guy, and I can see why, because I know he probably didn't want to tweet about anything, because people were like lethal on Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah.
In that, it was relentless. So I think it will back off a little bit, but maybe we'll see. We'll have a Chuck Hellebuck sighting in the next couple of days on Wednesday or Friday.
Do we know if in any way Rantanen holds a grudge against the Jets? Because that could be a bit of a problem if he does.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, every time you thought you were done seeing Mikko Rantanen, he gets traded to Carolina. Like, they finished, you know what I mean? Like, he leaves. They finished up the season series with Colorado, gets traded to Carolina. They play him again. Then he gets traded to Dallas. You play him again. He had a hell of a series with Colorado last year in the first round against the Jets. But that's paramount to slowing him down. Of course, he had a heck of a series against his former team. But I think there's Dallas has a lot of depth as well. Great coaching, great goaltending. But the thing is, the Jets' power play has kind of has turned a corner here in those last 3 games, and their penalty kill was exceptional against the Blues after getting off to a terrible start in that department. So special teams, I think, is where they have an advantage on Dallas heading into the series, because man, it's not going to be a short series, that's for sure.
It's going to be a great series. Can't wait to watch it. JT, before we let you go, did you ever build a rink for your children, or did you not love them enough?
What kind of question is that? Of course, I love my kids, and of course, I was the idiot that during COVID was like, "Please get out of the house some way."
Yeah,
and you go out and build the yard, and they use it like 4 times, and then you're like, and the same as you, like, never again, because I like literally carried buckets of water from the tap in the kitchen out the back door into the backyard. It took forever, and for them to use it 4 times. Not that I hold a grudge.
You didn't have you didn't have a hose, JT? Like,
no, I didn't have the setup. I did not.
You flooded a rink with buckets from the kitchen sink?
Yes.
You do love your kids. Oh, amazing.
Even from the bathroom upstairs, I would go up the stairs, carry those heavy buckets down, go through the kitchen into the backyard hundreds of times. I guarantee there's an easier way to do it. Dude, listen, I know for sure there's an easier way. I just did not figure it out. That's at the time.
Yeah,
So I'm sure there was.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure all the handyman in this thing. I am not a handyman at all.
There wasn't like a hose
There's
on the
my
outside
confession.
of your house?
No, but it's like it was minus 20 when I decided to do it. It's too late.
Jeez.
There's the pipes, all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
honey, we have a backyard rink.
You don't want to do all that stuff. Wow, good
No.
for you, man. I'm very impressed.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. God, that must have taken forever.
That's a great workout. Your calves must have been rock solid going up and down those stairs.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah. That's why you lift all them weights.
Well, now I
So-
feel like you love your kids more than I love my kids. God, that question
we can go-
backfired big time. Yeah. All right. Well, JT, enjoy the series.
Hey, was it more about how much I love them or how much I needed them out of the house?
Oh, so you do love them less than I love my kids.
There's a selfish undertone there. Yeah.
It was that first year we had the rink and it was like hockey was all shut down and everything. They must have been on there 60, 70 times. It was great. And then it was like 30 times. Then it was 10. Then it was 10. And then this year it was 1. And Tammy was just like, don't you dare think you're putting a rink up again next year. I was like, okay, fine.
Now you got to do it out of spite because she told you not to.
The old spite rink. That would go over well. All right, JT, we love you, buddy. Enjoy the series. Eh?
Love you too.
There you go.
I'll talk to you guys soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. That's we'll obviously be talking with Jamie a lot when the Oilers play the Jets in the conference final.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Steady diet of
Won't be long
JT, Hassan, Sarah, Orleski.
Yeah.
No complaints. Great crew they have there in Winnipeg. 780-218-9999. 780. I cannot believe he flooded a rink.
I wonder
with
what buckets
of
were the
water.
Home Depot industrial size or like a little ice cream pail. Like, yeah, that would make a difference. Hundreds of times.
Matt says they only used it 4 times because it took Jamie 4 months to flood it. Gus says, I would carry buckets of hot water out to do a hot flood after the ice. Yeah, that's the thing. I too have filled up, bowls and buckets of hot water at the sink and then go out and it takes like maybe 10 buckets to sort of put a nice little hot flood on the top of it. But he legitimately flooded his entire rink with buckets of water.
How big's the rink? I want to see the dimensions.
It must be just the smallest, cutest little rink ever. I mean, you could have also ran a hose from a tap in your house out to the rink. It didn't have to just be off the outside.
There's ways, yeah. I think, as he said, though, he's not the handiest of men, so it's...
Yeah, but I'm the least handy guy.
I know.
Even I'm like, you got to figure that out
5
better.
inches taller here.
Oh, my God. I'm going to take that sledgehammer and smash through the window.
Jamie, let me tell you a little something about the...
Jamie, let me tell you about pressure washers. You can clean pretty much anything. All right. Wow, that was interesting. All right. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999.
He said he had a lot of confessions. That was the best of them all. And he didn't even know it. You just pulled it out of him.
I did the worst flooding job of all time on a rink just to get my kids out of the house. If you want to play kind of easy trivia, let's go. Gift certificate, Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, up for grabs right now. All you need to do is get 3 of the 5 questions correct. You will do it. Tough following in the shoes of...
wow, what a performance.
Who was it yesterday? I said I'd never forget it. It's the next day. I forget the name.
Bobby LaFrench.
Oh, Bobby LaFrench.
Bob LaFrench.
Bobby LaFrench
Bob
with an
the
all-time
French.
performance yesterday. How are you going to top Bob the French? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. RCN says, I did that too. The only time I've ever done a rink. What? You flooded with a bucket the whole time? I know guys who are like, I bring in a water truck, drop it all down in one shot, which if you time it out well, that would work. But that too is...
Tex says he should have thrown the water out of an upstairs window.
What are you doing? I'm flooding. If you want to play kind of easy trivia, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. We are just 24 likes away from changing 500 here before 8 o'clock. After a win in the playoffs, we've been changing 1,000 before 8 o'clock. So changing 500, we should definitely be able to smash through. Gager's going to join us around 8:30. We'll get his thoughts on Aiden Hill and how the Oilers can make him look as average as they did Darcy Kemper. 3 questions too many coming up. The GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast for Game 2. The wrap for William Huff. But if you want to play kind of easy trivia, text Trev right now. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Let's get to a sports update for Windsor Plywood, Leduc.
TSN's Chris Johnston reporting that Sam Bennett will not face any supplemental discipline for his hit on Anthony Stolarz during last night's game. This according to multiple sources. Stolarz would leave after puking following a puck to the head and Bennett's elbow. He was transported to hospital but has since been released as the Leafs holding off the Panthers to take game 1 of that second round series 5-4. Oilers, they'll visit the Golden Knights tonight, kicking off that series. Join Tom Gazzola at Boston Pizza Westgate for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage gets underway at 6 here on EST. One other game tonight, 5 o'clock. It'll be the Capitals hosting the Hurricanes in game 1. New York Knicks coming from 20 down on the road, taking game 1 over the Celtics, 108-105 in overtime. When Nikola Jokic, 42 points and 22 boards, saw the Nuggets with a game 1 comeback win over the top-seeded Thunder, 121-119, your final. Pair of games tonight as the Pacers visit the Cavs, looking to go 2-0 up, tip-off at 5. Later at 7:30, it'll be the Timberwolves at home to the Warriors in game 1 of that second-round series. And the Toronto Blue Jays kick off a 6-game road trip tonight with a 3-game set against the Angels. First pitch, 7:38. Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
For this glorious time, you've been waiting. The top line's just a flying, cause man, yeah, they want one. You know they want you. Can you feel it? Can you feel it tonight? Can't go high glove, cause
Calvin Pickard
is a guy. It's the moment, yeah, they're rolling tonight. Get your hands up, right to the cup, and yes, they lift the cup again. Got no doubt in my head, and yes, they lift the cup again. Oh man, playoffs are insane, playoffs are insane. Rock and Rogers Place, rock and Rogers Place.
8:07 with the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here, Dusty and Lieutenant Eric, with you on Edmonton Sports Talk. Edmonton Sports Talk now presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because the jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with the Play Alberta app. Download the app today. Deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code 100casino for a $100 casino bonus. Obviously, they track all of the codes being used and stuff, so it looks good for us when you guys sign up. And this one's cool. You get $20 deposit, you get a $100 casino bonus using the code 100 Casino. The Nielson Show today and every day brought to you by our partners at South Ford Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. Go see Daniel and the Dream Team if you want to get yourself into a new Silverado, 2025 Silverado. That's the place to do it. South Ford Chef. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio today, where they do have their value menu. It is delicious, but does anything top the regular size classic chicken sandwich at Popeyes? Still the best chicken sandwich I've ever had. I know these other frauds have rolled into town, but that Popeyes chicken sandwich is still
it's no joke.
Cream of the crop, right at the top of the chicken heap. All right, Gage is going to join us. He'll be by around 8:30 this morning. He's probably dying to talk some Miami GP. You're excited to talk about that too, right?
Piastri.
His boy Piastri.
Well, he's leading that McLaren team.
He really is.
He's the Calvin Pickard.
That's a great connection. Hit it, Trev.
Changing 500.
Changing 500. Let's go. Hammer the thumbs up. Most of our playoff shows have been 700. Just saying. If you're watching on YouTube right now, hammer the thumbs up for us. Let's make a push beyond. We were over 600 by the end of the show yesterday. Ended up almost being 700 after everybody watched the show throughout the day. But let's try to hit 700 here before 9 o'clock today. We got the hangout coming up. Who's lurking around over there? Is that Teen Burger Tina?
Oh, that'd be.
I was just imagine when I hear a woman's voice out there, I'm like, my God, Tina's rolling in with Teen Burgers again.
I think a few tattoo appointments.
On special right now for just who's getting a tattoo at 8:10 in the morning?
The door's open.
God, we should close that door over there. They might think we're the tattoo guys.
What's all that buck cherry they're playing?
They must do tattoos. All right, let's get to kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. Are you ready to stake your claim? Head to Mr. Mike's for a 2-course steak dinner for just $39.99. You will start with the Emperor Caesar salad. The rustic onion soup.
I got you narrowly.
I did stop eyes there.
Oh, yeah.
Rustic onion soup. Then enjoy the tender 7-ounce sirloin steak with béarnaise butter and garlic mashed potatoes. Loaded with savory toppings. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally. Enjoy casually. Trev, who's the lucky individual that's playing today?
Luck be.
John, the bread man.
John, the bread man. Well,
Breadman.
Mock me a lady tonight. John, the bread man. Let's go to John. John, you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Do you actually deliver bread?
I used to.
Oh, okay, well, that makes sense then.
Cool.
That totally makes sense. All right, Trev will start the ticker. I have to read the first question. Good luck, man. Here we go. Which city do the Oilers play in tonight?
Las Vegas.
Name one defenseman on the Golden Knights.
Martinez.
Who was drafted first overall ahead of Jack Eichel?
Connor McDavid.
Which team won the NHL draft lottery last night?
New York Islanders.
Wow, what sport does Russell Westbrook play? He got it.
And he got it. Another 5. Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal a show.
That's a paddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Ooh, you better believe that's a paddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a paddling.
The first year, we took it to the limit.
Take it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Whew.
Never in doubt.
He's no Bobby LaFrench, but John the Breadman got it done. He was waiting for so long on that defenseman question.
He started to search, eh? He opened up the Google window and started to...
Yeah. Knew all about the draft lottery, though.
Oh, yeah. Big draft lottery guy.
That saved the day.
Yeah.
Surveyor Brett says, guys, by the way, A&W has points now on the app. I mean, all the apps with the points. It's very spectacular stuff. A&W, one of the leaders in the app game.
Yeah, Dex, the most pregnant pause of all time. What a showman. Should be John the
Did
Showman.
it for drama.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Maybe that's what he is now. He's not the bread man anymore.
He's the showman.
John the Showman. I saw, so when you mentioned that Chris Johnston, who joins us on Fridays, if you're new to the show.
Yes.
Reporter Chris on X there. He joins us every Friday for Pro-Am Sports.
He's not expecting.
Yeah, but have you looked at some of the replies there?
Oh, I can just imagine. I don't think I need to.
No. I think my favorite reply to the Chris Johnston doesn't look like there will be any supplemental discipline is, well, guess it's time to put Reeves in.
I like that one. Yeah.
Hey?
Well, how about this?
The Florida Panthers would absolutely love them to dress Ryan Reeves in a game.
Sens fans as well. Flipping a puck at Stolarz during warm-up, bad. Elbow a guy in the head, good. Got it. Makes total sense. There's a variety of fan bases that can come
you know
after
what? Call this the anti-Leaf take. I don't think that's a suspendable offense. I don't.
No, but
I'm sorry. I watched that play. I don't think that's a suspension.
It's, again, anything to the head. That's always...
Yeah, but if the NHL cared about the head, they would have done something when he took a shot right to the melon.
I know.
Like, come on, National Hockey League, please. I don't think that's a suspendable offense. And the Leafs will make him pay by dressing Ryan Reeves, who can't skate. And the Panthers will easily take advantage of those 4 minutes.
Got him right where you want him. Yeah. They've taken the bait.
I'll give this to Strummy. Let's go here, Strummy. Over on the nasty chat. I thought the bread man was toast, but then he rises to the occasion. It's nice work, Strum.
Wow, a double win.
Pretty nice work. I think we'll give you a thumbs up for that one.
Yeah, and better than his usual crusty demeanor. No.
530 thumbs up. Let's keep going. Sorry. Crusty demeanor. Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. I didn't hear that. Crusty demeanor. That was funny. La Bamba guy says no sussy. That's short for suspension.
Okay.
No suspension. Bad play, sure, but worth discipline. No. Oh, Big Uke. I don't even know if I can read that one. I don't want to be associated with that take. It's not a suspension. He barely touched him. Bigger dive than elbow.
Here we go.
Big Uke, you be careful, man. Leafs fans will come at you.
No diving.
Remember what happened with
it's a tough game
with me and Kadri?
Yeah. Oh, how could I forget?
Remember they wanted me to issue an apology and stuff to the Maple Leafs? Trev, you don't know about this, do you?
Tell me.
Nazem Kadri was playing against the Oilers. He was running around. And I remember I was at the game, I was at the old place, I was sitting up top, and I tweeted, I was like, somebody's got to run Nazem Kadri. I don't care who does it. And like the tweet caused such a stir that like the Maple Leafs reached out to TSN and was like, if this guy comes down into the room after the game, he's not going to be allowed in. And I was like, I'm not coming down to the room after the game anyway. And then they're like, you have to
Joke's on you.
You have to issue some sort of apology tomorrow on the air. So I had to go on the air the next morning. I kind of did like a mock apology, but still, that was when the Leafs fan, that's when it really started. I was just like, my God, you guys.
How pathetic.
It's the way they're the
we
worst.
worked for the Toronto Sports Network, at the time.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I'm a football guy there. But yeah, I'll never forget that when they're like, Dusty, you need to apologize for this tweet. I was like, it's just an opinion. Like, what are we talking about here? Sorry, I can't say that somebody needs to run Nazem Kadri when he's trying to take everybody's head off.
So the apology wasn't earnest? We can say that now.
Oh, the apology was very half-assed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
And who cares if I'm saying they gotta run somebody? I never understood that. Like, it never really made sense to me.
Well, you're a distinguished member of the media. Again, you're at the rink. You're in the gondola there. And how dare you try to get into the room?
That was just, yeah. Oh, sorry. I won't be able to chat with Nazem Kadri after the game.
That's okay. That's
a tough one. That's a tough one. Oh, well, he got his punishment anyway when he ended up in Calgary for the rest of his career.
Well, yeah.
Ooh.
Tough one. We should be apologizing for that.
All right. 780-218-9999. All right, 3 questions too many. Let's get into 3 questions too many today for the great staff at Park Mazda. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
I do.
What is it?
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. He's still confused about the Vancouver Canucks Twitter account. Park Mazda.
Okay, so what's going on with?
Well, they got hacked.
They did.
It's the classic.
Are they putting out pretty nasty things?
It's the classic admin forgets to change the profile around or whatever. And
I think Rick Tockett's doing this.
Oh, yeah.
I like Rick Tocchet still having access to the Canucks Twitter account.
They put out a couple of tweets, one of Elon Musk announcing a $20 million cryptocurrency giveaway. That was pinned to the top of their feed.
It got pinned?
Yeah.
Somebody hacked and pinned? I've never heard of the hack and pin.
Yeah.
God, that's impressive.
So, I mean, it's just in the spirit of piling on the Canucks and everything that we like to do here, it's just another L. Perhaps a lowercase one that it's off ice, but
tough look.
Come on, admin, figure it out. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. Check them out today at parkmazda.ca.
Oh, Jamie Thomas texted me after the segment, said, "Go Oilers."
Okay.
What a nice guy. Yeah. What a nice guy, that Jamie Thomas, eh? And I say to you, Jamie Thomas, go Jets.
Oh, this is very sporting.
Yeah, that's very nice.
It's about the nation coming together here, eh?
Well, mostly because I think McDavid and Draisaitl would send Hellebuck into retirement. But
you didn't have to go there.
Helly was good against the Oilers that one.
Now you both text each other back, boo Leafs. Hey?
Yeah. We all come together.
Yeah.
Come together. All right. Do we have a Twitter account?
Yes, we do. You can follow me on Twitter. It's @Lieutenant_Eric. I tweeted at Zach this morning. I said, "Hey, Zach, my uncle is an African prince and he's in some trouble. He needs some money. Please send me your PIN number. Thanks." The real Cad Bane as well, in reply to that Stauffer video of him with the drip and the swag in Sin City.
Okay.
He put Stauffer's face on that Stanley Cup lady who's dressed up as the Stanley Cup.
Oh, God.
So his face is great. It's great. It works. It's something else. And the Birmingham Barracudas, that Twitter account has been tweeting this morning based off our CFL Fantasy Talk from earlier in the show. So,
is it? Is it really?
Yeah. It is. But you can follow the station here, Edmonton
geez.
Sports Talk, at YEG Sports Talk. You see the Stoff pick? Yeah. It's great. He's like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that makes me laugh quite a bit, actually. That's pretty funny. All right, let's get into it. Question number one. This is coming off of Stoff's very dramatic walk on the tarmac in Vegas. Which Tom Cruise role do you guys think Stoff could have nailed? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. We will have Gager, a guy who gets to sit right next to Stoff sometimes on the Sportsnet panel. He'll join us around 8:30. Maybe he hasn't answered this question. But which Tom Cruise role do you think Stoff could have nailed?
I mean, the obvious answer would be Jerry Maguire. That's,
show me the money.
It's basically his life in a sense, right? Like there's a little bit of that there. But Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. I don't remember Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, you should watch it.
Was that the messed up one about like dreaming?
Watch it and get back to me.
Oh no, that was a different one.
Eyes Wide Shut for me. That's my personal kink. But Jerry Maguire would probably be the more accurate
I'd like to
answer.
see Stoff do the risky business slide.
Yeah.
But I think my real answer here is Minority Report. And when the balls come down, they're not murders. They're bad trades that the Oilers are about to make. And he has to rush to the scene and stop it before it happens.
I like that.
You know, like he's sitting there and the ball rolls down and it just says Ryan Spooner. And the only thing he knows is that he's got to get to Chiarelli before he trades for Ryan Spooner, because that was the red ball that came down on the Minority Report.
Wow. Plot and everything. I enjoy that.
Yeah. That one, that's an easy spinoff right there.
Yeah.
There were a number of deals that should have been stopped before they were allowed to go through. I blame Stoff for most of those. But that would be the one.
Maybe Jack Reacher as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're basically the same character too. Again, it's much like Jerry Maguire in that it's an imitation of life.
780-218-9999 is where you can chime
What's that
in
one?
on
War of
this.
the Worlds. That was on the other day. That stands up. That's a good film.
War of
I
the
like that
Worlds.
one.
Yeah, you know what the other one I like is, what's the one where Edge of Tomorrow, where he just keeps repeating the same day to save like the planet. And terrific movie. But Stoff in Minority Report, stopping bad Oilers trades from happening right before they start, is probably the best way we can use him in one of those roles.
I still maintain Eyes Wide Shut.
I don't know if I ever saw Eyes Wide Shut. What was
starring Bob Stauffer, Nicole Kidman.
What was the other one? What was the one? Was it not Magnolias?
Megalodon.
There was one where I remember watching that one, and it was really strange.
Eyes Wide. That's a
Tom
Kubrick,
Cruise has been in so many movies.
Just watch the trailer for Eyes Wide Shut now if you can, and just imagine. I wouldn't mind getting your live reaction on the show. That'd be something.
I don't know about that one. How many movies is this guy?
A Manhattan doctor embarks on a bizarre night-long odyssey after his wife's admission of unfulfilled longing.
Vanilla Sky. I was thinking Vanilla Sky. Smack dab in between Mission Impossible 2 and Minority Report.
Of course.
You know, Tom Cruise has done 47 movies, and I kind of feel like he's done more. I feel like that's a low number.
That American Made was good too. It's 2017. That the arms dealer or whatever. Hey,
I'll only watch one arms dealer movie. Lord of War, Nick Cage.
That's good as well.
I watched that Oblivion actually on an airplane when we were coming back from Disneyland. It was okay too. I mean, he's in good movies.
He's in The Outsiders too. Stoff in The Outsiders, the gang,
the whole crew.
It's got the hair.
All right, question number 2. And we need one more question. We need a third question. So if you have a third question for 3 questions too many today, sports, non-sports, doesn't matter. 780-218-9999.
Papa Bear says, a few good men questioning Shirelli.
You can't handle. That wasn't his line. That was somebody else's line. I've never seen A Few Good Men. Apparently that's a good one too.
In the courtroom.
If you have a third question, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Question number 2. Guys, am I crazy to think that I'd like to see Connor Brown with McDavid and Draisaitl in this series? I don't think you're crazy.
You know, that's a strong word.
No, it's a...
Why not?
It's a semi-reasonable take. Corey Perry's not going to play every single shift with them. They're going to rotate. Evander Kane up there a little bit. I think you could put Connor Brown into that right side cycle with McDavid and Draisaitl. What I will be very interested to see is if it doesn't go well tonight in game 1, and history would say it probably doesn't, even though we hope that this team can continue with the momentum they had in the last round. Do they leave McDavid and Draisaitl together for game 2, or does Knobloch start tweaking things a little bit here?
The knob adjustments, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got options. You got healthy options. If that's the vibe, if that's the feel, then go with it. Brown healthy again. He's looking great
in the last couple games.
Absolutely. So, the question, crazy? Not at all.
780-218-9999 if you'd like to chime in on that question. Like we said though, I don't think you're crazy to think that you'd like to see that. 55 likes away from changing 600.
Maybe crazy if you're saying I'm cementing him there.
Yeah, I don't think you're locking anybody in there. You're not locking Perry in there. You're not locking Kane in there. You're not locking Connor Brown in there. Question number 3 from Dr. John. What should Dusty put in his backyard now that the rink is no more?
Somebody had a great suggestion, and Les Meyer does it every winter as well, a curling sheet.
We're talking a winter curling sheet.
That's fun. It's not as big. You don't need as much material, obviously boards and all those things. In terms of the stones, you can really get creative, make your own. I guess you could buy some actual granite. That'd be kind of neat if you bought like actual curling stones.
What?
But you can make them out of like coffee cans and stuff and such, and yeah. And then what Les uses as well is uses the blowtorch. So you give you another excuse to bring out the blowtorch and use that.
Yeah, I'm still too afraid of a blowtorch.
But actually pebble it. Don't have it just ice. Have it pebbled. That'd be
that would be a way for me to continue to make ice in the backyard.
Yeah, but a different kind. You could add it to your resume. You'd be an ice maker extreme. Like you'd know all your way around ice.
I'll tell you right now, if my kids aren't out in the backyard playing in the snow, I'm going to be pissed next year. Right? Because it's like Tammy's always like, oh, the rink, we can't do anything else in the backyard.
Yeah.
How much are we spending in the backyard in the winter? Go out and build a snowman 3 times a year?
Forts all over the place.
Is this question just for winter?
Well, I think the question could be for anything because that backyard is now. I could put up a permanent structure because I don't need to worry about the space for the rink.
Every kid's dream is a bouncy castle with a ball pit. That's what you got to do.
The kids had a bouncy castle for about 4 years that we would blow up in the summer, and then they popped.
Well, you need to get another one now.
I don't know. I think my kids are, but Marshall's like an adult size.
So
I don't know if he could pull off.
He's still a kid. He's still going to want to go in there.
I would still like to go in there.
One.
They have a trampoline. You know what? Maybe now, as we become a more mature family,
slide,
hot tub,
pool. Oh, now we're talking.
That's a lot.
I want a hot tub so bad, but every time Tam and I look at our yard, we don't know the exact place to put it.
Do you know?
That's my issue.
Do you know the effort and the upkeep and the?
No, nowadays they have these saltwater hot tubs. And you just do it all from an app.
I hear horror stories.
Easy peasy.
I've been in some gross hot tubs.
You haven't been in a gross hot tub till you've been to the LA Fitness over there, the old pee bubbles. You come sit in that hot tub with me, I'll show you a thing or two.
Couple boys, couple beards.
I did.
Rob from the Grove says an outdoor bowling lane. Wouldn't that be something?
Pool table.
Yeah.
An outdoor pool table. Are you guys
the
nuts?
Drew Carey show.
That'd be
Remember when
awesome.
he had one in his backyard and they'd all go down
Come
there?
on.
What about a badminton net?
A bar.
We have like a
Do you have a net that you set
portable
up?
volleyball net that we have out there right now.
Oh.
They like that.
Sand, beach volleyball.
Every time I see them out there playing volleyball, I curse at them because volleyball is like the one sport I'm like, don't play that.
It's fun.
Play basketball, play hockey, play soccer, play baseball. I never was a volleyball kid growing up, so I don't want my kids to become volleyball kids.
A garden.
We have a small garden along the house, which is actually ruining the spot where I'd like to put the hot tub. I always say to Tam, like, how much do we really need this garden? Because
vegetables,
hot tub would work really good in the corner here.
Okay.
You can grow a lot of things in a hot tub as well.
If you get a hot tub, just let me know.
You're not allowed over, you freak.
What? You wouldn't invite me over?
You could come over once, maybe. We can't come over all the time and sit in my hot tub with me.
If I had a hot tub, I'd let you come in whenever you'd like.
Well, that's pretty nice, actually, of you, Trev.
Oh,
I
thank
still
you.
wouldn't do it.
Oh, that's rude.
You know, there's a lot of potential in this backyard.
Hersey says, Dusty, make a bar with a sports book in it. I think that's the...
I wonder what Tam would think of that.
What about a crack den? For cracking the packs.
For cracking the packs.
You can go, I have...
Turn the whole backyard
be out
into
in the crack den, and it's like a wooden shack in the corner. A little smokestack there.
Troll says pickleball court. That is so 2025. Dusty, I've got a tub, and maintaining it isn't that bad. The occasional soaking of the filter, tossing some chlorine tablets. You can get an app that tells you exactly what to put in, and when the monitor and it monitors the levels at all times. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This guy's suggesting a man cave treehouse. Wouldn't that be neat? I would have that. That would be the worst thing ever if I had to build that on my own.
Sully says a pool for the Barracuda. Swim laps. I don't know if we went over that one yet, but below ground one.
Yeah, like
Really?
in-ground pool.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
better
yeah.
get out there and
You-
swim.
yeah. Spare
You
no
better get out
expense.
there and swim.
I've always wanted the above ground ones, and then when people cut them and
Yeah.
all the water flies out.
Tammy wants to do some landscaping. If you are a landscaping company and you want some work, I'm willing to pay. We got one quote. It was a little pricey.
Zach will
So
do
I
it
was
for
like,
free.
maybe we find a listener that'll quote us a little bit less. But yeah, Zach will come do it for free. But we want to move some shrubs out, put some sod in, move some other shrubs around. So if you run a landscaping company, fire me a text, 780-218-9999. I got some work for you.
Batting cages.
Batting cages would be fun.
Nobody's done that on their own, hey? Wouldn't that be...
I think people probably have had a batting cage in the back.
But like for a residential type of... I mean, if you got an acreage, you put it out there, but like a small cage, a bunting cage.
As in Damon Bunting?
Yeah, he could sponsor it.
He could sponsor
The Damon
it.
Bunting
What's
bunting
that?
cage.
That's our bunting
Oh, yeah,
cage.
we go in there, we practice. We got the machine loaded up. Bang, bang.
It's Bunting's Bunting Cage. All right, Gager's on the way for Pro-Am. He'll want to talk some Miami Grand Prix, I'm thinking. And obviously, we'll set up the Oilers and Golden Knights. GCL Diesel, Orange and Blue Breakfast coming up. Make plans to join us tonight. Boston Pizza, Westgate, Tommy Gazzola up in there for pre and post. I'm sure Hernan will slide down for a couple
Oh,
periods.
I already put it in his ear yesterday. He's oh yeah, he said.
Okay, good.
7:30, man. Everybody's living.
Oh,
Sun will
everyone
be up.
living
Like
the
it's
best
like,
life.
it doesn't matter.
Makes me sad because I won't get there to probably first intermission. I'll only get a period with Hernan before he has to leave to come back here.
See,
I have to make the most of that. Line them up. GCL Diesel, Orange and Blue Breakfast, and the wrap all on the way as well. Let's get to a sports update for a place where it is always game day. They never sleep at Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge.
Zach will even tip you $40 for the landscaping. News out of the NHL this morning as TSN's Chris Johnston reports Sam Bennett not expected to face any supplemental discipline following his hit on Anthony Stolarz during last night's Leafs 5-4 victory of the Panthers. Stolarz would leave the game after puking. He'd take a puck and that elbow to the head. He was transported to hospital but has since been released. Oilers in Vegas against the Golden Knights tonight, game 1 of that second-round series. You can join Tom Gazzola and EST at Boston Pizza Westgate for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage gets underway at 6 o'clock here on EST. One other game tonight, 5 o'clock. It'll be the Capitals hosting the Hurricanes to kick off that second-round series. NBA postseason last night, some wild finishes. Aaron Gordon's tray with 3 seconds remaining, lifting the Nuggets over the top-seeded Thunder 121-119 as Denver take game 1 on the road. Nikola Jokic, 42 points, 22 boards in the win. Knicks coming back from 20 down on the road, taking game 1 over the Celtics, 108-105 in overtime. Pair of games tonight at 5 o'clock. It'll be the Pacers looking to go 2-0 up on the road in Cleveland, and the Timberwolves host the Warriors for game 1 of that second-round series. Jays kick off a 6-game road trip tonight with a opener of a 3-game set with the Angels. First pitch, 7:38. Sports update presented by Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge with wall-to-wall TVs, daily food and drink specials. It is the place to be for every Oilers game. Every day is game day at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge.
DRS, DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose, drop the wing and then use DRS, DRS, DRS.
Doodaloo, doodaloo, doo. Tunes are banging today. It's a game day. Oilers and Golden Knights tonight. Joaquin Gage is going to join us. Brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialist. Finish your blank Oilers jersey with the same hand-sewn name and numbers the team wear on the ice. Any era of Oilers jersey, Pro-Am has you covered, whether you want Corey Perry or Ales Hemsky or Joaquin Gage. Located in Edmonton at the corner of St. Albert Trail and 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. I believe Hemsky was in there signing a bunch of stuff last week at Pro-Am Sports, so they have restocked all of their Ales Hemsky goods, so you can go get your hands on that. Gager, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm a little worried, Dusty. I'm a little perplexed this morning. Things with Zach, like I hope things. I think things are going to work out for him. But I'm just worried because his backup plan, and I don't know if hostage negotiator was in the plans for Zach. So hopefully things work out at EST and he can just keep working that.
Have you ever heard anyone in the world, when he was telling me yesterday, he goes, yeah, so she said, well, give me your best offer. And I said, $40.
But he took it literally.
Yeah.
Like
that's all
if he had $1,500, I mean, that would be his best offer. Right. And that's what he would have said. And then you got Trev today. Like, I know we need a new pope, but he's baptizing himself. I don't know if he's putting in his resume, go to work at the Vatican next. Like, it's nice
having these younger guys around, though. Hey, Gager, it's lots of fun things to learn. Hey,
I've been on this planet longer than anyone at EST here, and I have to say, these two characters, I've met a lot of people, and I haven't met anyone quite like these two young studs we got at EST.
All right. Gager's with us. Let's start with a little Miami Grand Prix from the weekend. It's Oscar Piastri's world, and we all just live in it, right, Gager?
I hate to say I was right, but I was right, man.
You
this
were
guy's
right about Piastri.
I love watching Piastri because he's just as vicious as Max, I think. To a point, like he does not care. He's the true Australian honey badger, and he wants to be champion. And I like how he's just taking control of that McLaren team. I think we'll see within the next few races that McLaren's learned from last year that they just can't have a 1A and 1B kind of guy. They have to make those decisions earlier. And if Piastri can keep putting some distance between himself and Lando and the rest of the field in the championship points, you got to say that Zach Brown's has to start looking at it. Because they're 1-2. The McLaren car is the top car on track right now. Once we get into the next few races, like we're going to Imola next, and once they get back to Europe, that's when a lot of the upgrades start coming in, right? So we'll see some cars close the gap. I think they mentioned on the broadcast this was the race where McLaren really closed the gap to Red Bull, and it was the first race that Max couldn't pull away, and I believe Lando won last year, right? So maybe we see some other cars start bringing some upgrades that kind of close that gap, and not that it's competitive already, like it's really close, but maybe they can just improve their pace of car and just be a little bit more competitive throughout the whole Grand Prix instead of just the first 10 to 15 laps.
You mentioned a break now. They go to a chance to discuss Ferrari here. What's going on? Lewis Hamilton, visibly, I mean, his pupils were wide as dish plates in the post-race interview. What do they got to do to kind of find their way back up, at least a little close to the top? I mean, they are fading here.
This is, I think we were all excited at the beginning of the year to see Charles and Lewis in the Ferrari cars. They, by all accounts, they had figured something out. There was talk about this car probably being the best on track. And again, they say like Lewis has to get used to this car. And it is going to take time. And he was with Mercedes for such a long period of time. Him and Bono had that relationship. And now you can see the frustration in Lewis from in China, where he swapped positions. He had pace in the car, but then it seemed like they were waiting so long to make the decision. And you heard Lewis say, "Why don't you grab a cup of tea where you're at it?" It was probably espresso, but we talked to Tim Hauraney yesterday, and he said what I thought, that they should have swapped the places sooner. You don't know if he would have got all the way up to Kimi at that point, but at least give him the chance to do that, right? So, and he was just eating up his tires in the dirty air behind Charles for a while. And I don't know, it seems the same as every single year, guys, that Mercedes or Ferrari just can't get out of its own way. They just can't figure it out. Freddie Vasseur, going back home this next race, they have to have a good showing, right?
They got to have somebody on the podium at this race. Like
they have to, and get way back into the fight for constructors at least, right? They're too good at drivers. There's too much history in that car. It's the last year with this under these regulations. They should have figured out something, and maybe they're bringing something to the car that can unlock some potential. But because it really seems like the communication between driver and pit wall and race engineers is just horrendous right now.
Joaquin Gage with us on the show this morning, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Gager, you get to sit next to Stoff sometimes. Your thoughts on his video arriving in Vegas and letting his presence there be known?
I haven't seen anything so masculine since the openings of Austin Powers, Dusty. It was just amazing. The best part of that whole video, the music's great, but is the comments afterwards, and everyone, all males complaining that to Stoff because their wives are on X2 and that was illegal and he shouldn't have done that. But what a personality, man. I love it. It's just fantastic. We all got a chuckle out of that one for sure.
All right, this question comes in from Coach Mike, and we'll take a much deeper dive into this series on Two Guys and a Goalie today with myself, Gager, and Cass. But Coach Mike asks, is there any reason the other scoring won't continue? How does Hill compare to Kemper? Gage, your thoughts on that?
Well, if you think back to the series when Hill went in, he was making some saves that he probably shouldn't have. I thought, like he was great that whole playoff run, right? It's going to have to come down to the same thing, kind of with Kemper. They're going to have to get traffic to the net, make things very difficult. If you remember. And I believe it wasn't this year, it was last year when he came back from injury. They got him swimming a little bit. Like he didn't look as refined as usual. And I think that comes from with those getting the puck low, coming back out high, and blocking him from getting to his spot at the top of the crease to take as much net away as possible and getting traffic there. I think that's where they had some success against Kemper. And second chance opportunities. That's the tough thing. The Oilers did an unbelievable job at the end of that LA Kings series by kind of winning the battles in front of the nets by the end of it, where the Kings were winning those in the first few games, right? So, and that's going to be a lot tougher task because now you have 3 sets of defensive pairings with Vegas that will play the whole game. There's not 4 guys that you can wear down. They can distribute the minutes a lot easier than I think the LA Kings can. And there's a lot of skill on that back end. Probably the best back end in the league right now with the Vegas Golden Knights, or more complete, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be it's always the test, Dusty. You have to score those goals that are 6 feet out from the crease or even closer, right? Those are the types of battles. But now that Kane, Frederick, Hyman, the hitting machine, I think that they're better suited to battle in those areas now, and just make it a little bit tougher on the Vegas Golden Knights and Aiden Hill and their defensive core.
Gage, you're having said all that too, like which of that, and lack of a better term, bottom 9 forward for the Oilers, do you see causing the most chaos for the Golden Knights? You did mention this is different. They can roll out more players than the Kings were, making it maybe a little more difficult. But who would you pick out of that kind of outside of McDavid, Draisaitl group to kind of put more pressure on, and as you mentioned, get in those areas and spaces down deep and cause the most chaos?
I think, Eric, the one we've seen the steady progression with Frederick, right? Yeah. It seems like he's getting a little bit better, feeling more comfortable, scoring a goal, right? That's gonna he's gonna gain a little bit confidence from there, and he's a big dude. So I think he's kind of the X factor that I see that can get in there, and we know his style of play. He doesn't shy away from anything else. The Oilers had a great game plan a few years ago against the Vegas Golden Knights by finishing their checks on Pietrangelo, right? And you saw what happened when he had just had enough. I think they still have to do that type of thing. Get him thinking about taking retribution on someone rather than playing. They've done it once. I think they can do it again, and I think they're better suited because they have like those aforementioned players that can kind of battle him a little bit harder. And create kind of an uncomfortable environment for him throughout this whole series. So I'd say Frederick's an X factor because I see his progression getting better and better. Yeah. And I'm really interested to see what type of game he brings tonight.
Going to be a hell of a game 1. Very much looking forward to it. Gager, we'll see you around the office in a little bit.
Well, hopefully I don't get puck to the head and start puking, but we'll see you later, buddy.
There you go. That's Joaquin Gage. You know what? We'll talk about the Stolarz thing with Gager when he's in on 2 guys and a goalie today. If you are brand new to Edmonton Sports Talk, and as some of you in the playoffs may have sort of saw us out for the first time, if you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com or watching over on YouTube, full day of coverage leading up to puck drop. You do not have to go anywhere else. We are on all the way up until puck drop, and then obviously post game right after. The hangout is Cam from GCL Diesel is going to be in today, so that's fun. We got the lock shop at 11. 2 guys in the goalie at noon. EST afternoons with Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage at from 1 to 3. The Reed Wilkins show from 3 to 6, and then Tommy Gazzola with the GCL Diesel pregame show from 6 until 7:30 today, and then postgame show to follow. Tommy will be at Boston Pizza Westgate. which is exciting.
Longest pregame in the city. And Jasmine as well in the hangout this morning. She informed us earlier in the
oh, wow. So we got a nice full
Only shows up for the hangout, not for watch parties anymore, apparently.
Yeah, I don't think she, I'll say this. I don't think she likes to be seen with us in public.
That's the vibe you're getting, right?
Yeah.
Prove us otherwise.
You come in, hang around the office, give everybody hugs, but never seen in public.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just dodging a teeth. I don't know. But we'll see. All right, let's get into your GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast for Game 1 tonight. Round 2, Oilers and Golden Knights. Orange and Blue Breakfast always brought to you by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They're the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. All right, Edmonton Oilers. This is still so strange to me to just be like, the Oilers are running out the exact same lineup that's been extremely successful as of late.
As McDavid says in the playoff anthem, they're healthy.
And they're a dangerous team when they're healthy.
Exactly.
McDavid between Perry and Draisaitl, Nuge with Hyman and Kane. I am sensing big series for that line.
Nuge, Hyman, Kane.
I don't know why that just hit me, but I'm sensing big series for Nuge, Hyman, Kane. Henrique with Brown and Frederick, Matthias Janmark with Arvidsson and Podkolzin, Nurse and Bouchard, Wallman, Klingberg, Kulak, Emberson. You would expect probably once again to see Emberson's time limited a bit and those 5 guys rotated around so you don't have to have Nurse and Bouchard together.
Keep them separated
for the entire. As for Vegas, Dorofeyev, we'll get to that a little bit more here with the injury report, but he's usually a guy in their top 6. If he can't go, it's going to look a little bit different. Eichel between Stone and Carlson, Hurdle with Brandon Saad, and Kolasar, who gets the bump from the 4th line up to the 2nd line with Dorofeyev questionable. Nicholas Raw with Riley Smith and Barbashev. Brett Houghton with Tanner Pearson and Victor Olofsson. And then the blue line. These are the guys that you have to find a way to get through, make life difficult for them, get to the net. Braden McNabb and Shea Theodore, Hagen Pietrangelo, Hannafin and Whitecloud dove into it on our number segment on the oil stream yesterday for Play Alberta. Theodore, McNabb, Hannafin, and Pietrangelo are the 4 guys logging the most minutes. Hagen, Whitecloud down a little bit further, not down to where the Kings were rolling out their last 2 guys, and not down to probably Emberson level. But Hagen, Whitecloud would not play as much as the other guys. The other guys are saved for the special teams, obviously. As for a list of guys who aren't tough enough to play hockey tonight on the GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast, let's get your Podium Physiotherapy injury report. Knee pain from that nagging ACL injury, hip or shoulder pain slowing you down. What about back pain after a long day just at work? They've got you covered. Whether it's a sports injury, post-op recovery, or that damn wear and tear of everyday life, the expert team is ready to get you back on track at Podium Physiotherapy. Unlock the athlete in you right now at Podium Physiotherapy. Who can't go tonight, Rick?
Matthias Ekholm out for the Oilers. Alec Regular remaining on the IR. We didn't even talk about his 2-year, 2-way deal.
We'll get to it in the offseason.
Okay, I thought maybe the oil stream would be. Troy Stetcher day-to-day as well. And you mentioned for the Golden Knights, another healthy team coming into this one, albeit when it comes to players not healthy enough to play. But Pavel Dorofeyev listed as DTD day-to-day.
Dorofeyev, if they're missing him he's a good player.
He's a great player.
Was a young kid at the Spengler back in 2019.
Dipped in the draft.
I think he was one of those guys you're like, I don't know how that game translates over here to North America.
Classic Golden Knights.
Classic Russian sort of situation. Oh, will he come? He was in Magnitogorsk when they came to the Spengler in 2019. You could tell he could wheel. Just wondering if it would work. And he scored 35 goals this year, Vegas. So Vegas is 35 goals out of the lineup, assuming Dorofeyev can't go here early in this series. I'm sure we'll get some sort of update on him when the Golden Knights gather for a media availability here the morning of Game 1. All right, let's continue on with your GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast. Trevor, you can fire that back over there. Eric, your key to a victory tonight. What are you thinking?
Hit anything that moves. I think I'm going to echo a little bit of what Gage was saying.
Come out of the gate hot here.
Yeah, and not to say that that's a specific equation that will lead to pucks in the net and a victory, but I think what most fans want and crave is this team coming out with a little fire lit under their ass, right? To start a game
vinegar.
one. Piss and vinegar. Sure, we can use that term. But I think now, and what we brought up earlier, this is different than games 1 and or 2 in the Kings series, in which a lot of time has passed, and a lot of players have now either been brought back to the lineup, have been taken out of the lineup, or are healthy enough to play regular minutes in the lineup. So I think that bodes well. So coming out with a little fire and I think getting physical early to knock the Golden Knights a little off kilt for game 1 down in their barn will go a long way.
Game day prediction, not going out on a huge limb here, but I will say they get a 5-on-5 goal from the Nuge Hyman Kane line. I was just saying a few moments ago, I got a sneaking suspicion that line could be very good for them in this series. I'll say they get on the board tonight. Kane, Nuge, Hyman as a line, bury one tonight at 5-on-5. And if you're looking for a little bit, we got it, Trevor. We had 600.
Changing 100.
Changing 600. That's changing 600 right there. Hammer the thumbs up for many of you watching right now. It'd be amazing to snag 100 likes in the last 6 minutes. Not saying it's impossible, though. Be a part of history. Hammer the thumbs up.
Anything's possible.
I do have that Evander Kane bet today. If you want to hop on over to playalberta.ca or on the app, just click EST Specials. We're the only partner to have a channel specifically for ourselves over there. Draisaitl goal, Bouchard assist, Evander Kane over 2.5 shots, plus 430. If you want to ride with the early bird bet of the day. Draisaitl goal, Bouchard assist, Kane 3+ shots, plus 430. We also have Jay's play of the day from yesterday staying up until his show starts this afternoon. That is a 5% boosted bonus on the Elks over 8.5 wins this year. That's plus 120. And then the Oilers and Caps both to win their series. That'll be up there until puck drop tonight. That's plus 305. So those are some options we got for you. I'll be throwing another play of the day up on social media. That will slide in there as well. We are 3-0 in the Play Alberta era on the play of the day. So pressure now mounting on me to remain hot. 2 of those plays have been associations, so maybe I roll back there. All right, so let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, go see Bruce and the team, WilliamHuff.com. They've been doing it since 1952. They are simply the best in the biz. If you want to work with the guys who work with us, you want to work with the guys who are working down with the Oilers at Rogers Place, then you work with William Huff. www.williamhuff.com. What'd we learn? What did we learn on the show today?
Darren Dreger let us know that Anthony Stolarz is out of the hospital, and TSN's Chris Johnston is well reporting midway through the show that there will be no supplemental discipline. He's hearing for one Sam Bennett, who elbowed or forearm. What was it? A forearm shiver?
It was his
one
hand.
angle of his glove. Yeah,
it was his glove. Essentially.
Yeah. So depends how you look at it.
I don't think he purposely went in there to get him.
Yeah,
but I think once he saw his glove make contact with him, there was a little bit of an extra push.
And the name bar on the back.
It was Dreger,
the name bar on the back of the jersey.
Dreger, who lives in Toronto, can cover the leaf, does the inside. He did say it wasn't an elbow.
Yeah.
So everybody can calm down there.
Yeah.
And we'll see how this one plays out.
What a Leafs fan he
is. Trev, what'd you learn on the show today? I learned that you baptized yourself in a bathtub with a hand that had been unwashed as a child since high-fiving Eberle and Hall back in the day.
And Horkoff, Smith, man, Theo Peckham. It was so
Teddy
cool.
Two Scoops.
Yeah, it was so cool. Just looking back at the video, I was just so happy, man. You could hear it in my voice. I might put it on Twitter later, but yeah, what a moment that was. And just being able to bathe and soak, it was truly something I'll remember for the rest of my life. But
that was a great confession today.
Thank you. And saying that, I learned that Gager has never met anyone like Zach and I. So, and that I think that was a compliment, and that felt good.
I think that means a lot for you guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, he called us studs. So you know what? I like what Gager said there.
Yeah, Tommy, nice looking shirt, buddy. Did those get dropped off?
Yeah, I want to dish them out yesterday.
Oh, I didn't even know that Adora dropped them off.
I got mine.
It's looking pretty. I was wondering. I thought I saw a couple of them pop up around
Friday.
Nice.
When you guys were
It was
away.
Friday.
Hey.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Those are short shorts, buddy. You better get that one seat today. Tommy's wearing the shortest of shorts.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, look at his butt in those short shorts. Tommy, come put your leg up on the desk. Look at these shorts, everybody.
Yeah,
look at Tommy's leg up. Look at those shorts. Those are so short. There it is. Tommy's legs coming up on the hangout. Let's get to your Hey, as they kick off round 2, could we say that as a city, we believe in these guys? Hey, is that going to be the sound of the day today?
And following the big Knicks win as well.
80 likes away from
He
changing
believes in all those
700.
guys.
Hammer the thumbs up for us as Clausen believes in these guys.
I believe in these guys. I believe in McDavid and Dry. I'm a Nuge, Boosh, and Kane. Gonna make a deep run again. I believe they can soar. Gonna bring the cup back to the north. I believe in these guys. I believe in these guys. Stay with me. I believe in these guys.
So good. So good, Klaus. We also learned today that the Cavers Read Fantasy Football League adult things is starting to take things to the next level in CFL fantasy. Really elevating the game.
Some people are saying season too long. Wrap it up.
I thought your guys' season will be over. We'll have all the drama of a 2-week final. You're going to be paying attention to our league.
People can go camping in the spring. They can start their Christmas shopping early. It's great.
All right, your text of the day today for A&W, where the Team Burger is on for just it's a steal of a deal. It's a steal of a deal. The legendary A&W Team Burger on for just $4.99.
Except when they see Zach coming.
Perfectly seasoned, juicy grass-fed beef, raised without the use of hormones, steroids, topped with real cheddar cheese, mouth-watering bacon, crispy lettuce, onion, tomato, pickles, and teen sauce, served on a freshly toasted sesame seed bun, all for just $4.99. But how much does Zach pay? $40.
Yeah. If you're a crisp 100, keep the change.
If you're working at A&W and Zach walks in, please say, what's your best offer? Just to see if he's learned his lesson. Get it while it's $4.99 only at A&W. Canada's original burger chain since 1956. The text of the day is going to go to Matt Hyman with his Zach and the Beanstalk.
That's nice.
That just works out really well on the name and the fact that
you get the visual.
The magic beans, and that was really good. Zach and the Beanstalk is your text of the day here on the morning of Game 2. All right, we've got a great hangout coming up. Tommy in his short shorts, Matty Awanek, Cam from GCL Diesel's up in the house today, and Jasmine, who is too embarrassed to hang out with us in public, but she is here on the hangout today. So that's nice.
The talent is in.
Turn on autoplay if you're watching over on YouTube. That'll take you right on over to the next show here on Edmonton Sports Talk, which is presented to you by our partners at Play Alberta. The hangout is coming up, sponsored by Sentinel Storage, where if you have something that you want to hide, Sentinel Storage can do it for you. It's all over the place. Everywhere I drive, I'm seeing Sentinel Storages. I had no idea that they basically are in every neighborhood of the entire
big time player. We still need to do one of the hangouts from a container.
Yeah, it's on the radar. It's on the, now we get to summer. We definitely do that. We definitely want to do a hangout.
Yeah, bring the hibachi
in a unit at a Sentinel Storage, which is kind of fun. I'll be back with the Lock Shop at 11. We will continue to get you set. Make sure you're watching social media for my play of the day. We're 3-0 in the Play Alberta era. I'll try to run that to 4-0 today. Enjoy. We'll see you guys tonight at Boston Pizza, eh, boys?
Yes. See you somewhere midway through the first or whatever.
Yeah. I'll be there as soon as baseball.
Fergie won't see you.
It's a practice. I'm hoping the kids aren't like, let's practice till 8:30. No, kids.
Yeah, round it up.
Practice will go to about 7:45. Daddy got a game to watch.
Ball diamond in your backyard. You could have just done it there.
Could have just done it right there. For YouTube, Trev, Lieutenant Eric, I'm Dustin Nielsen. Thank you very much for joining us. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. I'll talk to you at 11 on the Lock Shop. Take it easy.